Good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is still. Okay, I gotta find out where all those are. Okay, Damien. Did I bring him down? That would make my... I'm great, thank you. All right, give me one sec. I'm gonna go turn the AC on because it is actually really warm today. Hey Siri, what is the temperature outside? It's currently 70 degrees, okay. I'll leave it for a little while because it's about the same as the heat right now. Okay, so we're going to be cutting stuff out today. We've got this adorable little Fluttershy outfit that we're going to be doing. I'm not entirely happy with the pink I've got, but oh well. It is what it is at the moment. It'll have to do. So we're going to be doing, I'm trying to think of what, I might have to go look back at what we had decided because I have way more than a yard here, or more than a yard here, so yeah. But, oh yeah, we have to fill this in half, I think. I have to go over the measurements of this thing here. I believe it is. Is that it? That's pants. Okay, no, we don't. Oh, that's just the pants. Oh, cool. Yeah, that means they're in the bag like I said. Hi, Colby. How's it going? I'm doing a little bit better than yesterday, guys. It was not a good day yesterday. It was a dark day. Where are those? Are they out? Fuck. They're over there. I was like, aha, I found. No, I did not find. It is fucking hot in here today. This room is considered the warmest room in the house, mind you, so I'm like dying. Got your ABU order. That sounds like a nice thing. I'm going to be recording a video either later today or tomorrow before I stream about the North Shore's blue versus white thing because they are very different. I believe their sizing is even different, so that's interesting. So where are my pieces? That's a pocket. I don't need a pocket. Fuck. And the cat destroyed things in here. Yay me. Why don't I put my things away? It is getting to be time to clean the sewing room. Have you done a review of Peaks yet? No, I do not fit in them, so I cannot review them at the moment. Hopefully, once I lose some weight, it will fit. Let me find my pattern here really quick, and then we'll get moving. I have one of the pieces, so it means that it's around somewhere. It's just a matter of where. Nope, it's not my head. Although it should all be in here. It does not look like it is. Sorry, I'm just so warm today. It's crazy warm in here. This is my pants. There's my sleeve, so it's probably all right here. Oh yeah, I think I see. These need to go separated. Separated. Nope, that is not what I was looking for. But the pants pattern is right here. Good. Where the fuck did I put this? The shirt. What's this? The hat pattern. Why do I do this to myself every fucking time? Every fucking time. Okay, we need to separate out the actual pieces versus the pieces that are leftover stuffs, which is this. This is leftover. This is, what is this? That's a pocket. Okay. So we've got the two pieces for the pants. This is leftover as well, I believe. We've got a sleeve of a short variety. Oh, no, I'm getting this one as a raglan, so it should all be in here. That's right. That's right. That's why it's longer. But I still need the rest of the shirt because I only have the sleeve on this part. I mean, granted, I could do it with this, but a lot easier not to have to. But if that is the issue, if that is the case, I will do it. Oh, I'm not using this shirt. That's right. Duh. But I still need to find it. It's in this mess of things. Hey, Yuki. Hey, Kesha. I'm definitely not Team Husky, but I don't know. I'm not hugely fond of ABU's products. Just as a first thing. Where is this piece? This one's not in here anymore. What have I done with this shit? I guess it doesn't matter then if I do it right. I gotta find this pattern. Give me a second. It's over here somewhere. This is to the pants. There's just a mess of crap over here. It's also very possible that it is underneath everything that I just did, by the way. There's overalls, there's pants, there's onesies. I gotta do this. I have to dye this stuff first. Where's it? Is it under me? Like, is it completely under me? That's gonna make me mad. Oof. I mean, technically, I think I have one of the pieces to the sleeve, but let's go look over here. Okay, now we begin the hunt for where the fuck did I put the pattern? And I'm wearing the pants, so it's just way too hot for today in here. Okay. Actually, you know what? Might have to go change what pants I'm wearing. Need to get my romper done. After I cut things out, we may be doing some tie-dye. We'll see. I need to check if this person's actually going to fit in the size I have here, because I really don't want to have to make it bigger. Front neck to waist. 28, 526. Shoulder to cuff, armpit to hip, and rise for cover. Gotta pull this up on my phone. We have a Simon. He was laying on my fabric. Hi, baby. So Simon got his first bath yesterday. He actually did remarkably well. I was actually pretty shocked. Okay. Waist and hips. Waist is 65. Feeling I'm gonna have to open this up on the sides. Where is my tape measure? I may just resort to no pants. We'll see. I don't typically do that because it ends up being a whole host of shit. But let's see what my biggest size here is. So it is 13 and a half. We'll say 13. 13 and 13 is 26. 26 and 26 is, oh, I'm going to have to make that way bigger. Fun. I get to make a thing bigger. This person is very disproportionate, unfortunately. That's why I got more. So, I have to think about this for a minute. Waste it. This person is huge. I did, but not for your order, Yuki. So I think I have to think about this. Honestly, I should not have taken this one. I have to know. So he's literally as big around as this, which is going to be a problem. A little bit of a problem. I may have to get a different pattern. We'll see. We'll see. If I have to do that, I have to do that. Pants wise, I think I can do it because I fit in pants similar. But literally, this is going to be tough. Okay, let me think about this. Because now I have to find a plus size. Like, I'm that far around in here. Not even that far around. So I have to think a little bit about this. Plus size sweat. Might be what I have to do. I may have to buy, which is okay if I do. But the only problem with this hoodie is it's a weird neckline. Up to 5X. Okay. Note to self. I'm going to add it to my cart and we're going to keep looking. Because that is a little bit, it has to be a big hoodie. Simon, Leo, what do you... 3X. Let me look at something here. The yard needed to be pampered. I have to mow the yard soon. Yeah. So pants wise, I may have to think about this one. Let me pop out a window real quick. And look on a couple of different. Is there, what about J League? She has a dudes. Like, I need like a big and tall type of deal here. I don't know if she does pants for guys. But we will see. Or shirt for guys. I need a shirt really big. I could check my pattern, but I think she only goes up to I'm assuming she only goes up to the size that I got traced. No computer. Oh no, I need to look for pants too. Hoodies I can probably do. Hoodie I can probably do. Leggings. Pull on pants and shorts. What does this one go up to? It has a pocket. That's not what I want. It's cute, but it's not what I want. I need just a PJ. PJ pattern I can probably, like PJ pattern, not going to be as hard, but I make this a little bit bigger so I can see a little bit more. All right. Page 2. I like Jaylee's patterns a lot, but and stretch pants. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Classic pajama set. Let's look at that. What size? Let's go up to 27 sizes, include women, boys, plus sizes. Sizing and backup pattern. It only goes up to 50 inches. That's not big enough. So in the future, I don't do massive plus sizes because it's really kind of a tough one to do. I mean, this person's waist is, there's so much difference. This person has a belly. Men's pants and shorts, but it has a, let's see what size it goes up to. It's technically a actual pants. I need to get that pattern actually. 22. What does it go up to? It goes up to, computer. It goes up to a 50. First. Still too small. Okay. Big and tall men's sweatshirt sewing. Up to 2XL. Men's raglan. 2XL. Everything goes up to 2XL, which is what I have. So I may have to see here. Oh, let me go to Simplicity and look here. Simplicity dot com. So this is. Hi, Simon. You can just guys see them in the background. Connection. There we go. We are back. All right. So I'm trying to find a pattern that is bigger than what I have. Bear with me. My connection's a little poor at the moment. Patterns. Men. See, like a big and tall type of deal here. See this one. Up to an XL. This is going to be really hard to do. I'm going to have to find something, I think. Up to an XL. Note to self. Let's look at this one shop. Sewing patterns for big gaps. Just cancel. I don't want to sign it. Maybe later. Oh, back. It's driving me crazy. That's not what I want. I don't want Pinterest boards. It's not helpful. Yeah, wait, pacifier. Yours will probably actually go out before too long because I have the stuff for it. As far as I know. Why would it be? Oh my god, that's crazy. Like, that's more what I need. It calls 904, 9004. Here's my pen. Had it. I put my pen, boys. Not my fabric. Oh, it's over here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we may need to make. I wanted to make a run to Joann's anyway today. McCall's 9. I don't even know if this one's in print anymore, but that would be my option. It's a really baggy type of hoodie. Something. 2X. I need something that goes bigger than 2X, guys. Alright, let's look at simplicity here. Back order. I don't want something that only goes up to an XL now. Men's slim fit. That only goes up to an XL. Okay. No worries. Kind of looking for like, there's a hoodie pattern. What size is that cut? Berta are not bad. That goes up to a 46. Okay. We're going to try something different. Okay, I think, so what I'm getting here is I need to big and tall sewing patterns. Sewing, not setting. Sewing. How's this one out to? I have that pattern. That goes up to a 2X. Custom pattern making services, $75. I'm not doing that for $75. 2XL. That's a button-up shirt. That goes up to a 2XL. What size is this one up to? 3XL, which is better, but I don't know if I have that one in a 3XL. I need to look at my other patterns. I could just do that for. Let's go get the other pattern. Actually, one second. It's up here somewhere. I think. Should be an R or two very different things, but it should be over here. And I need to go through this anyway. PJ pants. Which pattern is this? What pattern am I using right now? No, that's an old pattern. Okay, no. No, wait. Is this the pattern I think it is? That might be the one I did. This one is up to, that's the kid size pattern. X through XL. Now these pants run really big. I don't particularly like these pants, but if they were to fit the waist measurement I would use, I don't think they'll be any bigger than this one. Let's see, this is the front. Yeah, I think this pattern's bigger. Yep, it's definitely. Well, it's actually it's a little bit bigger on this one than that one. But I'm not worried about that as much as I am the hoodie. This hoodie is pretty baggy. So let's find the piece for the back will help out. If I have to, I will make that. This is up to the XL. I want to say it only goes up to an XL. This is up to the XL. This must be back of the pants. Yeah, it only goes up to an XL, which is not out of the realm of possibility. I'll measure it, but I don't think that's definitely not big enough. Yeah. Yay me, I get to figure this out. I should have figured this out a long time ago, but we were waiting to do anything until the patches for this came in. So, yeah. But next time, I don't do anything bigger than a 2 or 3XL, especially when it comes to pants, because there's not a pants pattern anymore. All right, so that one's out. These are all out, except for possibly if I can find a JV pattern. Let's see. What do we have? We have a bunch of random things. Mama Looms is not the one. This is not the one. Mercury, no. Romper, no. That's no. That's no. 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 Okay, so we think that these all that good. Didn't think so. I'm gonna say that. Let's see here. Oops. Now I could use this. That might be a possibility. This is the other one. This goes up to 3XL, which would be helpful. I was looking for a very specific pair of a very specific pattern. I'm not sure where I put it. I mean, it's a cheap pattern if it's on sale, so I'm not that worried about it. And I needed to know the sizing of it. And I've only ever used this pattern like once, so I don't even know if I actually have it or if I thought about buying it. But it looks like I did not. Okay. So, I forgot to. But this goes up to a 3X. Now, I might be able to do that and combine it with that. Which would be, that baffles me that these are two different colors. But let's see here. Let me find the main piece that I used to use. That would be it. I purposely went as big as possible. That's the sleeve with this. All right, let's see here what we get width-wise. Because if we're close, that I could do. So this is going to be, and I can also adjust this pattern a little bit as needed. So, 16 and 16 is 32, 32 and 32 is 60. This is the one for the shirt. Whoop, whoop. Now I just have to figure out the pants, which, if worst comes to worst, I can do the pants pattern that I just bought because I think that would fit, and I can just adjust it a little bit to be the right pattern. It's a little bit of a different pattern, but it might work. This is my hoodie. This pattern is ripping. So we can do this. This should work. I'll just make it a little bit bigger and make it a little bit. I can easily go up a size on this one. It's a lot easier to go up a size than up like 3. So if I have to do that, I do. It's not that big a deal. So, granted, this is just going to be a shirt. It's not going to be a full-blown like everything. This I would use for that. This I would use for this. This is the front. If I have to, I will change the neckline on the back piece. So, let's see. Oh, right. There's 2 different patterns. Oh, that's a hood. Okay. For front D. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Front D. I don't need the hood. We're not doing a hood. So let me just make sure I've got everything I need. This is another hood. It has several different sizes of hoods for different patterns. Here's the cuff. That is what I need. And then here is, we're not doing a pocket, so I don't need the pocket. And then this is just pieces, so that makes my life a bit easier. That's so much easier than what I was going to have to do. Now I just have to see if I can figure out a pants pattern. There is one that I could do. So now that we got that figured out, I'm glad I went with that. I might find a pattern thing that I can look for. I have an idea. Because this has got a 3-part thing, and I'm thinking need to see this pattern. So it's a McCall's. Let's go to McCall's patterns. Sorry, I need the nicotine right now. This pattern that I'm gonna look at, I know I thought I bought. I cannot find right now, but I'm not opposed to buying it again if it goes to the right sizes. If it goes to a 3X, I can adjust it from there. I can always adjust the pants pattern. This is a thing I have learned over the couple of years, is how to size up patterns. It's really not that hard. But I would rather size it up from a 3X or a 2X to the right size, but I need to, but because once you get to the plus sizes, the proportions change a bit. So sizing it up from a large is hard. Sizing it up from an extra large is even hard. Sizing up from a 2X or a 3X is much easier. So if I have to buy a pants pattern, I will cut out the shirt and go from there. That's on Etsy. That's not what I wanted. McCalls.com. And we'll move on to the next sewing order at this point because I can do that. Which I actually need to see if I've gone with the gotten that customer measurements at all. While this waits, while we wait for this, we'll check it. Okay, orders down at the bottom, down at the bottom. All right. The measurements are good and medium, though my chest is 40, my arms are 23. People have short arms. I'm not shortening them that much. Let's see if I've gotten messages from Jonathan. Jonathan Bellinger. Let's see. Oh my God, my phone. Okay. Okay, so it looks like 29 inches. Pants I usually wear 34, 32. Okay. So I got his stuff. All right. Let's look at calls. Yes, accept cookies. I'll go delete you later. They don't have a men's big and tall. Family sleepwear. Family sleepwear. Let's go look what they have here. Not a one piece. Size options, adults through an X. Really? I mean, he's not going to be that much. That's the hard part. So let's see what big and tall patterns here we have. Men's shorts and sewing pattern. That I could. Yes. What is this one? Includes one pair. See option. One size is 5. One size is 5. Does not say on the pattern. Is this my pattern? I know what pattern I'm kind of looking for because it actually goes through. I actually need to. Hips are 58, so he might be able to be enough for the 2X. Maybe some of the pants for a big dude. What's in the column? So let's look at that. Let's go back up and look at men's. That's going to be a better option. Browse by category. Men's. I love how I click men's and it shows me women's pattern. That's great. That's the pattern I was looking for. 50. It goes up to, yes, I can get a 56. What does the PDF pattern cost? The same price. I wonder if Joann's has that one in stock in that size. And 6, 9, 7, 3, 6. It's basically taking to a list of McCall's patterns, which is huge. That means I'm going to have to look through every single one. Or I can just pay a little bit extra. They're not on sale right now, so that's not too horrible. I didn't want to spend $13 on it, so I might wait a little bit. We'll see. If. I know I don't have the bigger size because I know I bought this for somebody who was really tiny. So let me just type in this. Could not find that product. Okay. I have it. Standard pattern. I really don't want to have to print this pattern. That's the thing. I may call them. Oh, let's search by item number. Item number M. I don't know if it'll be the same on here. 6973 XN. Nope. Okay. I guess I can call them. Hi, Amy. This is Brittany, by the way. Doing all right. I'm wondering if you guys have in stock a particular pattern. It's a McCall's. The number is M6973. And I'm particularly wondering if you have the larger size option for the 46 to 56. All right. Yep. Awesome. Yes. All right, I'll probably be in later to take it. You can put the larger one on hold, yes. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Yes! Okay, my life is saved now. Well, the sewing project is saved. I have to make it anyway. So guys, I'm super excited because my hair is actually long enough to throw a little teeny bit of product in it and make it go off to the side again. It's been sticking straight up for about 2 months now. Or no, yeah, I cut it right in the beginning of quarantine. So awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Like that just saves my butt. I have a little baby. I have a kitty. Hey, we're not gonna play with the pattern, remember? We don't do this. No. He loves to play with paper. Hey. Not the pattern. Come here. Simon. Or you're not Simon. You're Leo. Your collar is too loose. It's way too loose. Such a cutie. Anyway, hello, Bo. How's it going today? I'm doing a lot better today than I was yesterday. Oh my goodness, all the belly pets. We had to give Simon a bath last night because he kind of stank, and plus we haven't bathed him since we got him, so it was about time. I wanted to wait till his 3 months, which is Sunday. So I did bathe him last night for the first time, and he did way better than this little shit did. This little shit tried to get out of the bathtub constantly and scratched me and everything. Simon tried for a few minutes, or tried at first, and then he just kind of sat there like, like, okay, fine. He let me hold him and warm him up a bit, and then he was not real happy with me, but he quickly got over that and was all snuggly with me and stuff. He forgave me quite quickly. This thing, however, is just absolutely adorable when he does this. He's literally like flat on his back. This is just what they do all the time. A little glut. There's your little glut. You're getting chubby. Yes, you are. We're working on feeding changes with him just so he's not getting extra food. Simon, we're still letting him have some extra because he doesn't get fat like this one does. Yeah, Mama got you. Oh, yes. I think your brother's coming. The purr is real right now. I have a question on a theme on a passy for Baba Berry. She likes bees, butterflies, and nature stuff. What colors are available from Little for Big? For the Gen 1, there's a lot of colors available. Gen 2 has Lala's likes teal passies. Not sure what theme for her yet. What colors are available? Yellow, grass green, and pink. As far as pacifiers go, let me show you. I have basically the color options around here somewhere. So it comes in black, white, and the Gen 2 only comes in 6 colors. Right now, I have petitioned them. I'm like, please make red, yellow, and blue. But there's like light green and there's a peach color. But in Gen 1, there's like yellow, all that stuff. Oh my God, you just got hair everywhere on this. So it's who's Baba Berry, by the way? I'm trying to think of that. This is a Fluttershy one right here. This is the thing. I want to be able to basically take a white pacifier and turn it any color at some point. I have to figure out the method to do so. Like I'm thinking something like spray paint, maybe you can kind of epoxy it a different color, possibly, or not epoxy, but resin. So I'm kind of trying to think about that. I'm trying to, if y'all have options and ideas, please let me know, or places I can get the stuff, because you'd have to basically use like a food grade type of paint, like colorant. If I had a color, I can then like a resin over top of it so it stays, which could be possible with water dip. Yep. I would have to somehow seal off the inside because I don't think that would be good to put on the inside of the pacifier. Inside color doesn't matter a whole ton if it's not showing. But I'm considering, what I would consider doing is coloring the resin for the guard and button. I could do so, except for the button would be hard too. So it would have to be some sort of spray paint or something to do that, or water, like hydro dipping would be a possibility. The thing is, it's gonna be resined over, because that's how you get things to stick, is that put that resin over top of it. So if I can somehow color it, the only problem I have is the handle is really hard to do. Now there is a thing that is meant for, it's a resin type that is meant for dipping, like wire and things like that. It's a dipping resin. That might be a possibility if I can figure out how to mask things off from it, other than, like if I can tape it appropriately, and things like that. So that's a possibility of changing color. I'm not sure, because I could get a dip resin, color it a specific color, and go from there. I'm not totally sure on this. I'm still thinking it. Yeah. Oh yeah. You definitely take it apart. Those types of things may be something that I end up having to seal. I don't know. I really don't want to, but it's going to be sealed in resin either way, on the mouth guard and the top of the button for sure. I can seal the whole button, but yeah, figuring out how to make it a different color is my plan, because I don't want to have to rely on color from Little for Big for that. I want to be able to change the colors. So, yes, there we go. But, oh, bye. Sitting on my ankle funny. So, this should fit if I go up a size. I can go up a size pretty easily. So I might take this and let this be tomorrow. I have to get that other counter. So, I'll fold this up. I'm not going to do this one today. I do need to dye the fabric. I wonder if I have like a pastel yellow. I need to go to Joann's because I need to look at a couple of things. I know Andrew hates that. I don't want to have to wait till Hannah's home, but if I do, I do. Hannah's going to be home in 2 days, and I don't want to miss this. I particularly don't want to miss the sale that is going on right now for the storage bin, because God, do I need a storage bin. And my resin should be here tomorrow. Should be in our two very different things. But let me take a look. Oh, it's out for delivery. Oh, okay. It should be here today. Check it out. Hi, baby. You are getting my fabric covered. I'm just debating now. Do I want to switch over to pacifiers for a little while, or do I want to get them ready to resin, because the resin's going to be here in a little while, or do I want to cut out this other thing, which does not have to go out right now. This one is behind because we've been waiting for weeks to get the stupid thing in. So, but hello, hi baby. So I think we're gonna go ahead and just set this aside. I'm just leaving this down because I'm gonna be doing it tomorrow anyway. But I think we'll go and just get Binky's ready for the resin. And because it's gonna be here. Because I'm gonna have to ship a shit ton out today. Oh. All right, let me get up here. You watching outside, Leo? Oh man, we're gonna switch gears. Seeing as I have to wait for that pattern anyway, I don't want to spend as much time on the floor today. Right. So, which one is the one? Whoa. Knock them over. That's okay. This is baby girl. This one goes on. Where's the Everest pacifier? I swear to all things holy. Where did that go? Good. No, shit off. Hang on. Oh, I put it in there. That's right. Because this is ready to go. All right. So those are all ready to go. We got to get these ready to resin. Hang on. I have no bucket. But I also have my other white ones. Ouch. That was my foot. All right. What was that? We're going to the orders. So that one is going. So we need a white. Go. Did I do something? Oh, one of the new Yoda ones. I needed another Yoda one. That's right. Okay, so that one needs to go up next. Box discreetly, please. So this one I did not do. This one was supposed to be a box. Then we have My Little Pony, which is in there. We have Hello Kitty, which is in there. We have Everest, Rocky. Rocky has Princess needs to be put on it. That's right. Oh, I have that out here. All right, so I guess we're going to be doing this. We have Princess for Rocky, Stitch is Little Potato, and Yoda is Little Prince. That one is going to be a little tough. I need to really clean these doohies out here. All right, so first off is Princess. P R I N C E S S. This is Princess. Then I have L I L Lil. I'll put these over here. Then we have P O O. Where's my T's? T T and an A. That should have a heart if it's enough. And Little Prince is not going to have enough room for a heart, so L I T T L E P R I N C. I think that's 12 actually. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep. Oh shit, I just mixed those together. Oh well. Little P. L-I-L, potato. This is this one. Okay. I'm going to stick you right there and stick you over there. I got another thing. Leo, that's not a smart idea, dude. All right. So we're going to get some of these ready to resin. We're going to throw some lettuce. Where's my thing? Leo, get down. You guys see what I have to deal with back there? There we go. That one is good. This one was going to be this. Wait, which one's the Yoda one? I don't know. Which Yoda one has? My hands are a little bit swelly. Okay. Black Pod is Little Prince. Okay, so that one's going to be like all the way up. Okay. Otters are awesome. I don't usually follow Lala's. I'm not a huge fan of hers. Just because there's some things I'm not hugely fond of with her. She has some good things that I don't mind, but typically she drives me nuts. I hear someone moving. That'd be Andrew getting up. And Stitch is going to be a little potato. I think that's cute. I know who Lolly Lala is. I don't know Baba Berry, but otters. I would love to do an otter one. Otters are fun. My hands are doing this swell thing again, which is annoying. Okay. So, Little Prince, Princess, Potato. Okay. So let's do Little Potato first because that one is the white one. Little Potato. L-I-L. Heart. Oops, I'm missing a T. That was my T for this. T. P. Potato. Now this is not a centered one, so I have to think about that a bit. So which one is the center one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5. Well, so P and O need to be centered. Okay. Good to know. Thankfully, I can kind of move them around. P, R, I, N, C. E, S, S. All right. Okay. Oops. Thankfully, I have a window open today. We're going to go with P. Supposed to kind of. I do need like a plier or something to do this with, but. I'll put it down a little bit. P-O. Thankfully, the O doesn't have an upright position, except for, like a back upside down or not. All right, let's see. That is pretty centered. Oops. You really just need to put the heart on the other side of the potato real quick. You need such a teeny tiny bit for this.
And then I can finish centering it when I shake. This is why pliers come in handy so much, but right now this is just easier to do it this way. And I'll let them be on there and then I'll center. I have to fix that a little bit. Toe. Shit, it's in the wrong hand. And it's in the wrong direction. TA. Okay, so we're gonna make sure I can do that. Okay. Oops, that's enough. You don't need that much. That looks almost exactly right, which is nice. Lolly Lala also does YouTube, or at least did YouTube. I'm not sure if she is anymore, but by the way, she did do that. All right. Little potato. That's cute. Make sure that's pretty even. Yeah, that's pretty even. Okay. Next, we have princess. So PRI, these are exactly, again, this is an 8-letter word. So we have to center N and C. Yeah, I just got that all in my hand. Okay, so we do N. Goes Leo. See if I can center this, it looks pretty, like I center it on here, and I can kind of gear it toward the center, because, there we go. Always work middle backwards, it's easier for me. I'll have to check out Barry. I have issues with Ollie, that's part of the deal. I don't know. One thing I really didn't like is her side is hard for me because she sexualizes it a lot of the time, and so that's hard for me to handle. So I got tired of her videos all having her rubbing her diaper all up and down. It's just like, I'm not about that when it comes to YouTube videos. Like, that is, if you want to do that, do it on a diaper porn site or a porn site of some sort. But that should not be in YouTube. Especially when YouTube is like the only place. That's actually really warm. Wow. YouTube is like the only place most of the younger kids can go to learn things, which I'm not condoning it necessarily, because you're young, you need to wait. But if you're needing something, then I would prefer YouTube is a lot more clean. And I know Lolly went on a rant a while back about, I think it was Twitter or Instagram, one of them was not allowing nudity. And she got mad, and I'm like, dude, there are places for that, but places where children are going to have access or young people that are not of age for this community should not have that in there, in my opinion. So there we go. That looks pretty good to me. Princess. I'll set that one aside a minute. Now we have to do L-I. 2 T L E P R I N C and E. So we have how many here? 12 exactly. So each word is 6 letters. Okay. So that means once again, E. We're gonna put this directly. I actually should tape this down for a second till I get the first one on there. That might help me. Just for a minute to get that in place. Just for a minute. All right, it is spewing glue. So I'm not going to need all that on there. E and a P. You give it a tiny bit of space in between the two, just a tiny bit. And I have a message to read. Where's my e-thing? Wow, it read it even with the blue. Her reviews were okay. I don't know. She's never been one that struck me as. Why is it that the guys are so much more respectful? Like the guy YouTubers that do stuff, like I like most, like, shit, I touched it. Like Blonde Boy, I think he is absolutely adorable. He's kind of that so cute, but also kind of creepy, but he just seems like such a sweetheart. And he's very genuine when it comes to his little side. I've seen him in some of his stuff, like he's been in the hospital a lot as of late. And he's just such a genuine little. I love I just think he's a bit of a gem, I think, and he's just he seems like such a sweet guy. All y'all know we love Zachy around here too. Zachy is very genuine as well. Like, I don't know, but I tend to, and maybe it's because I'm more of a, like, a rock. Maybe it's because I am more masculine and stuff, and asexual. Therefore, like, the guys don't typically bring the sex aspect into things at all. Like, I've never seen and I could be wrong. There could be those out there, but for the most part, like the guys that are well known on YouTube and stuff in the community, I don't see that from them. Now, Twitter is a whole other ballgame. I know a few people, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I cannot handle that being on everything. Like when I was on Twitter a lot, that's all I saw, and it was like, dude, I don't want to see a dude messing your diapers all the time and playing with your little, your dick or whatever. It's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see the genuine aspect of it. And that's very hard to find, especially on Twitter. But that being said, everybody is into this for a different reason, and it does something different to them. I'm not going to I'm not going to say that shouldn't be part of the community at all. Good. But I don't want to see it. So it's annoying when some friends, I have some friends that post that shit all the time. It's just like, dude, I don't want to follow you. Even though you're my friend, I don't want to follow you because that's all you do. And I've had to, that's why I don't use Twitter as much as I should, but but it just gets so it's really hard when you are asexual and that stuff makes you so uncomfortable. It's really hard to be that what you have to see all the time, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, no, I don't want to see that. That is for another area of the internet, not for my general consumption. One reason, like, I miss DT and I haven't really been around in the group that much since he's been gone, because he and I were the ones that are just like, yeah, no, and we would go hang when the boys got a little too crazy or too overstimulated or something. This one looks good. Okay, now I press it down all together. Just press everything down, rearrange a little bit. More this way. There, that looks good. That should be the last lettering for a little bit. Da, 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 da. That's a little wonky right there. Okay. Ah! Well, now it's all wonky. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and throw that up there. Just hit. Hi, Leo, baby. Let me get this tube off of here and get the cap back on, because I have to later do that. I have to clean all these out later, like a lot of them. Okay, so. Hi, Leo. Hey, leave my paper towel roll alone, you little shit. He took a bite out of it. He's so bad about that. Like, he loves chewing up paper towels. Hi, are you naughty? So yeah. Anyway, what is my next one? So I gotta go grab that one and get that one going, because I can just pull this button off and when I'm done with cutting it and switch it. Morning, afternoon, Kelly. How's it going? We're getting some pacifiers ready to ship out. I got a bunch to go out, so we're hoping that my resin shows up here. It's due to arrive between now and 4. If I go to Joann's today, I want to see about doing looking for the stuff for Snitch's thing that I want to do with his thing, but cat just flopped down. Just got back from Crazy Mart, right? I haven't gone in Walmart except for one time. Andrew and I needed to get something while we were out, and I forget what it was. Got a new phone. Nice. I need to get my phone is great. I have no problems. Like, I've had this phone for what, 2 years now or something. I'm glad I switched to the iPhone. I'm really I like the iPhone that I've got. I think the camera is amazing. The only downside is that it's not as compatible with my computer. When it comes to things, it's a little harder. But it's not that bad. So I think, well, I was sleeping, kitty. I think this final I bought is actually probably the one I'll continue to go with. Other got baptized in the tub. Fun. My cat got baptized in the tub last night. It was so funny because I thought for sure he would be like, no, he'd hate me for a couple days, but no. He took his bath. He did go upstairs and hide for a little while, but then he came down and was like more snuggly than he's been. He like was in my lap. He let me brush him. He loves to be brushed, by the way. But he let me brush him. He ate some treats. I made it a very as positive as possible type of deal so that he's not so scared. And granted, I do not bathe cats often, but he had a smell. He stepped in. My boys are not the most graceful in their litter boxes, so they sometimes step in their poo. It's a problem because one poops in one box and pees in the other, and they are opposite of each other, which is really kind of hilarious to me that they do that. I'm like, wait. We kind of expected one would use one, the other one would use the other one. No, one poops in this one and pees in that one, and one pees in this one and poops in that one. Which is really funny. The other day, oh my God, it was so funny. So the cats love to come in the bathroom with me, right? They follow me everywhere. They come in the bathroom. It's Simon's favorite place to get pets. It's also the only place he will really let me pick him up, except for my bed. And it's like I pick him up for a minute. He's never going to be a cat that wants to be held, I don't think, or picked up. He doesn't mind sitting in your lap and everything, but he does not like being picked up. Leo lets you pick him up. He just doesn't like it. But it's a place where I use it to kind of desensitize him to being picked up. And it's not an all the time thing, which I probably need to work on. But I don't want to lose his trust, you know. But that being said, he did so well with his bath. I was shocked. He was more like Snitch. Like this cat is more like Snitch every day, and it kind of makes me laugh because we did not think he would be the Snitch kitty. But he is definitely the seizure cat. He senses anxiety. He senses sadness. Like this cat knows. And I'm really hungry, but I don't have anything to grab to eat that is easy. No, I don't have milk to make a protein drink. We need to go grocery shopping. Andrew wants to wait till Hannah's home. Shopping is one thing that really triggers anxiety in Andrew. Like he does not do it well. So he'll do like the quick run of things, but he does not like the grocery shopping, which has been in the past me and Hannah's task. But seeing as I'm not allowed out, he has to go, which is really frustrating because for me, I'm like, well, I kind of think I want this, but you know, it makes it really hard for me to pick what food I want. But right now I have SpaghettiOs and that's about it. And quesadillas. Which, mind you, I like both of them, but I'm not feeling that right now. Like, my gut is hungry, but I really don't want to eat. So right now would be a great time for a protein shake or, like, I don't know, a banana, something like that. Some fruit, maybe, which she does have some seaweed. I would have to go buy more seaweed today. And if we're going to go to Joann's today, which we have to because I need that pattern, then, oh, that's so cute. That was so cute. And this one's going to say, no, this one's not going to say that. This one's going to just have a handle, but that's cute. I have so many pacifiers to resin, it's not even funny. Like, shit. And then later this week, once we get these pacifiers a little bit more done, I have a hoodie that I have to do. I keep hearing things from upstairs, but I think it's just Simon. So that cat just clunks. He is not a heavy cat. Like, he weighs about 10 pounds. But man, does he clunk when he jumps. I don't do lots of people when I shop. Yeah. I wig big time and add the, yeah, exactly. That's why me and Hannah normally do it. It's just a lot easier for me to pick my food that way, a lot easier for Andrew's anxiety and stuff. He's had a really hard time this week with anxiety. Hannah's been gone. He's not doing well with it. This is really the first time. No, I take that back. She had one other trip right when she moved here, not long after she moved here. And this is the longest that she's been gone since they started dating. And I miss her too. Like, she's my friend, but I've enjoyed kind of the one-on-one time with Andrew. Didn't go as I thought it would. Like, I thought I'd have a lot more little time this week than I got, but that's okay. I'm gonna kind of pry some little time out of him in the next couple of days because Hannah's coming home on, what day is this? Today is Thursday. Hannah's coming home Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, the 16th. It's been a really rough, it's been rough and good at the same time for them with what's going on. I'm not gonna get into it much at all. She's kind of, that's their family thing. It's kind of a family dynamic altering that is never going to be the same, which is really sad. But, and this whole thing was a surprise to her mom. She had no idea. Kind of like a Mother's Day gift, but hey, the family really needs to be together right now. And but I will say that most likely her oldest brother is going to be in jail for quite some time. So it's been really hard on. It's been really hard on them because they don't even know where to go with this. And it's not something I would wish on anybody, But it's super. It's hard when your family goes through these huge things, So, like, I mean, big, with lifelong repercussions for a lot of people involved. But yeah, it's gonna be tough, but they'll get through it and they'll figure out how to be the family with minus, one kid. The sad thing is her older brother is actually pretty heavy duty autistic. Like, he's very high functioning, but at the same, well, he's high functioning, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily matter in this case. That doesn't really get to play a role much in determining where to go from here. But her brother's been struggling for a while, and things just came to a head. So, what most easy way to send money with this crap to the other half? Like, what's the easiest way to send money? I know a lot of people use Venmo, PayPal, pretty easy. I am having to be careful because there's a kitty back there and I want to move, but I don't want to squish him. I will say this new vinyl that I bought, hands down, way better than the glossy. I will never buy glossy vinyl for this again. Printable glossy vinyl. I kind of like the clarity a little bit better on this, but the benefits out or the risks or the cons outweigh the pros at this point. And it's just like, ugh, I hate looking at this thing. Thankfully, I mean, I have some left, and I will use it for things like stickers and whatnot. That'll be my like vinyl sticker stuff, but it's not. It's. I was just trying things out because I didn't want to have to pay the prices for the Cricut vinyl. Because shit, that stuff was expensive. There is one other brand I do want to try, but the website that I was going to buy it from, you have to pay $6, $6.95 in shipping flat fee for whatever. So she wants new clothes. I'm making my new clothes. It's going well. I have to tie-dye that, which we may tie-dye later if the rain stays away. We may tie-dye. It was a 30 to 70% chance of thunderstorms, and it's gorgeous. It did rain overnight, but not much. It did not storm as far as I know. Andrew will know better on that one. Because he was up who knows how late. I do have to wake him up soon because I do have to go to Joann's. The container that I want is 50% off today. It's literally the same thing I have right here. It is currently, the high temp for today here is going to be 79, which normally in May, it is well into the 80s and 90s by May usually, but we had a cold week. I mean, pretty much the entire country had a cold week. But for Kansas, it was pretty cold. But I just wish I wish we could do swimming. But so Hannah also found out this week that she has her family has a degenerative disc disease that runs on both sides of the families. Her sister already has it. Her mom and dad both suffer from it, and most likely all of the kids will, which is kind of similar to what I have in a way. She already has some instability in her back, so oops, that was not supposed to go that way. Oh well. But it's kind of like she's like, we're gonna have to work on like her mom's like, you're gonna want to lose weight. And when it comes to weight loss, like Hannah and I are not far from each other. She is bigger around up top than I am for sure. Like I have broader shoulders, not as broad as Hannah, narrower waist, big ass hips. I am kind of like maybe a pear, not even a pear. It's more like it's kind of hourglassy, but not really because you can't see shit. But for me, weight loss is actually easy if I do a couple of things. If I'm exercising, I lose weight fast. I mean, I started physical therapy and dropped 16 pounds in 2 months. Not even 2 months. So I know, like, every time I've gone the whole weight loss journey type of deal, I haven't tried to lose weight. The first time I dropped weight was because of my surgeries. Like, I got super duper sick, could not eat. The weight just fell off at a rapid rate, at a dangerous rate. To the point of they're like, no, we got to get you some nutrition. But the second time was a bit of a stress. Was more of a stress weight loss than anything. When I moved from from Connecticut to New York again, the weight just dropped because I was working and I was barely eating. And I was, active, which when I'm feeling well, I am active. When I can, I do really well with swimming and weight and stuff. I have to be exercising in order to lose weight because I don't really consume that much food. I would say not that much. When we do a home cooked meal, I'm looking at maybe 600 calories a day. If I eat breakfast, that's a little different. I don't typically. It's just that my gut can't, like, it needs the food, but I can't consume it without vomiting. So the weight likes to just drop as soon as I start exercising, which I'm fine with so long as I'm properly nourished. When I start a PT, I do eat a little bit more if I'm exercising because it's just I'm more hungry. With going to physical therapy twice a week and whatnot, I was moving a lot more. So the weight was coming off. I'm not sure if I put it back on since stopping. I don't have a scale at the moment, so it's kind of hard to say. But I did lose 16 pounds in like I want to say a month and a half, which is fantastic for my body. Losing that weight. And the problem is it's hard to keep it off when my health fluctuates. And, like right now, I would be in a lot better shape right now as far as my body goes if I had stayed in PT, which I will be starting PT back up as soon as we feel comfortable doing so. So, also, it'd be really nice to know I have disability before then. Because right now it is all being paid out of pocket. Not that we're paying anything at the moment. Oh shoot. What did I do with that binky I just trimmed? Did I put it in there? Or did I not? Yes, I just put it in there. This is why I need the next container I get is going to be a pacifier storage. I'll have ones I'm working on. I'll have sections in one of the drawers for all the nipples and for all the handles, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to take them apart. And then one section for the caps. And then I'll have areas where I can go, okay, these are certain things, I yo-yo. Yes. I yo-yo with weight as well. But every time I've lost weight, when I gained it again, it went even higher. And if I ever get above 300 pounds, I'm done. Just no. I was at 300, a little bit. Well, I was a little bit over by a couple pounds, which is the highest I've ever been. But I'm also kind of struggling the most mobility-wise. Even when I had my surgeries, I struggled mobility-wise at that point. But as soon as I was healthy again, I was up and moving. That's how it was going. I was moving as much. That was not right. No, I just went the wrong way with that. That's okay. But as soon as I'm up and moving again, the weight comes off. And the thing is, we just have to, as a family, focus on, my weight is one of my biggest insecurities. It's always been one of my things. I'm the heaviest in my family. And not the heaviest that any of them have ever been, but in my immediate family, I am the heaviest and have always been the heaviest. Me and my sister, Jenna, we both fluctuate a lot. Jenna does not carry it like I do, though. She carries it a little more proportion. I carry it in my hips. Everywhere, all of my hips and my boobs. Apparently, my boobs don't fluctuate that much in size with my weight. A little bit, but not much. But excuse me. But yeah, weight has always kind of been my biggest insecurity in life. And I'm sorry, that's just in my thing. Aquatherapy is great, yeah. I want to do aquatherapy. But we do have a pool where we live, so other than this year, it should be up and running. I'm not sure if they're going to do it this year. Hopefully we can. But we do when the pool is up, we go almost daily to the pool. And I never just sit there for the most part, unless there's like a lot of people in there and you can't really just swim. Then I will just kind of do a little bit here and there, or we'll go find a quieter part of the pool. I think I messed that part up. Hang on. Oh, okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and peel this thing right now. Just have this little piece left right here. And there are other areas to go swimming in town too. But we have a public pool that's huge. 2 public pools. But yeah, we definitely want to get into the water a bit because her and I love swimming. Andrew hates swimming. However, he's actually interested to try some things because he actually did a little bit of research on swimming and realized some things. And I'm like, dude, how did you not know this? Like, he's like, I just sink. I'm not buoyant. And it's all about breathing and everything. And I'm like, yeah, you did not know this? He's like, I've never been able to float. That's because he's like, doesn't understand. Water aerobics are great. I love the water. Like, I literally would live in the water if I could. I am a fish. There's one reason I love whales and sharks so much. I am a fish. And it's fun. I enjoy it. All of us. Me and Hannah do. All my family has loved swimming. I've never met someone like Andrew who like despises swimming so much. But this past winter, he was kind of studying a little bit about swimming. And I'm like, he's like, I didn't know this, and this. I'm like, didn't you take swimming lessons as a kid? Like, dude, how do you not know this? So he was like, no, I gotta try this out. Maybe I'll enjoy swimming. I would live in the water year round. I just haven't been like paying them. Like our one pool, you have to pay like $5 a visit type of deal, which I'm willing to do during the winter because that's how much I fucking love water. You just really did not want to stick down this time, you little shit. You're gonna give me such pain in my ass when I resin you. Make sure I haven't missed my delivery here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Out for delivery still says between 2 and 4. Oh, dear. You live on the water year round. Wait, you live on the water or in the water? My boy Andrew's dream would be to own a yacht and travel on the yacht. Hi, kitty. She woke up. Sugar, drinks, and salt. But yeah, I would love to live on the water. Like I would mind like a waterfront property would be nice, but my butt is too poor. Same. Our butts are way too poor. Da-da-da. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just going to go ahead and do all these things real quick. Especially the mini different ones, they'll go together, not go together, but here. Aw. My hair smells, so it's making me keep like being like, what is that smell? Oh yeah, I have hair stuff in. I put like a pomade in today to keep it from flying everywhere. All right, that's those parts done. Now we're gonna take off buttons and peel it off and then keep going. I so need a man's body. A man spa? What does that mean? Or was that a typo? I really need to go wake Andrew up. I'll wake him up at 2. He does not have a choice. He has to go to Joanne's today. That one I already did. The thing I want to get is like $15 today instead of 30. Now I could probably take it to Joanne to be like, price match this. Ah. I would love to get a massage. Like, I've never had a massage before. Hi, DG. Hate cleaning, LOL. Welcome to the club. I am the same. I hate it. But I have to do it. I need a vacuum, but Andrew has to do that, sadly. I can't vacuum like at all. It's just too much for my body. I mean, I do it, but my body is not happy about it. Plus, he was the dumbass that created a mess, so he has to clean it up. So yesterday, Leo was being a twerp, and he went over to Andrew's area and dumped his chips out because Andrew left them open on his chair. Rule of thumb with Leo, you never leave food open or out. He will eat it. So Andrew had to vacuum up a mess. And guess what he did? He left the same bag open again last night. So now he has to clean up another mess. I'm like, how dumb are you? I'm about ready to ban chips and crackers from my house for them because they make messes. Andrew and Hannah are not organized, clean people. Andrew is like, you're the messiest. And I'm like, have you seen your guys' areas? Like, dude, at least like with my sewing room, I get it messy and then I clean it up. And then I get it messy again and then I clean it up. Same with my room. They just leave mess all the time. And I'm like, when we vacuum out the couch, who's got the messier area? Hannah. Who doesn't pick up their garbage the most? Hannah. Like, y'all are messy as fuck. And I was the messiest person in my family. And I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I am not the messiest person anymore. And she's like, that is scary. I mean, I've gotten better about my messes. Anyway, like I'm trying to be more organized in life and stuff. But yeah, they are not clean people. Like I don't know if you guys remember this, but we had ants in my living room and in the kitchen, the little teeny ones, right? I did all the dishes. And I vacuumed in my living room a bit. Like I cleaned out behind the couch and shit, which was the cat's fault, mind you. There was cat food back there. The ants disappeared. Like completely. Not seen a one in over a week. And I'm like, Like, Like when we lived in our old place, there were cockroaches like mad. Like back when we lived in the this was like 2 years ago, almost 3. When Hannah first moved in and we lived over in the other side of town, somebody moved in and brought cockroaches and they infested the entire building. And when we moved here to this house, I was like, we are not ever doing that again. Never, ever. I started seeing a couple here and there because cockroaches just happen in Kansas is a thing. But I started seeing the cockroaches. I saw a couple of them and I flipped shit. Like we are cleaning up because I will not allow that again. I will not be the person who is so messy that they have cockroaches. Like that is not a thing. I'm not okay with that. Like I don't mind having stuff, but when it's garbage and food, no, that's not okay. That's not okay in my book. I'm sorry. Like I don't mind if like there's papers laying around and stuff, but when it's food garbage, Now I do not clean every day. I do not. I should, but I don't. But when I do clean, I clean as much as I can. And it frustrates me because like my job is to clean up the living room, right? 90% of the mess is Andrew and Hannah. And it's like, I get so frustrated because I'm like, how hard is it to clean up your garbage? You open your mail, you throw it away. You throw away the envelope, you keep what's important, like throw it away. You do not need to leave chip wrappers everywhere. You do not need to leave that shit everywhere. It's like, it's frustrating. Because I'm like, dude, you guys don't do chores. You guys now they do. Andrew does. Hannah's chore is to take the garbage out. She's the laziest person when it comes to doing that. Like, she's like, if it's not outside in a bag, I'm not touching it. And I'm like, as somebody who collects garbage, like I have diaper garbage. What I do, I cannot carry this all the time. It's hard enough for me to get the bag out of the garbage can, let alone carry it all the way outside. So what I typically do when Andrew was the garbage, had his chore as garbage, I would leave the bags in certain areas of the house. Like, okay, I fill up a diaper bag, I put it out in the hallway. He then takes it outside. Same thing upstairs. I put it out in the hallway. He takes it downstairs and outside. Like, so now that Hannah's doing it, like she expects that all to be done for her. Instead of going around and collecting garbage on her chore, she expects it to completely be done. And I'm like, that's not how this works. If I'm going to sit here and clean up your mess from where you left it, you get to go get the bags from around the house. That's how this works. Andrew's chore is dishes, except for love the man to death, but he is just so, his ADD makes it really hard for him to focus on a task like that, which is fine. But you gotta have the will to do it. You cannot just let it sit for a week. He's done really good while Hannah's gone. I did those dishes for him. That killed me, but it kind of was like, oh, hey, I need to keep up on this. You did this, I need to keep up. She's done really good about. When he goes back to work, we'll see how this goes, because I have a feeling it's going to probably have to switch back. Although Hannah is now working different schedule because she's in school. So she's off Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are school days. So typically her day off, she would do the dishes, which was Wednesday and Sunday. So she can't necessarily do that right now. So he took over dishes. We have to figure out a system. That's just the deal. We have to figure out a system to where Andrew's suggestion is, well, everybody washes their dish after they eat, which is all well and good. But regardless of if that's done, yes, we should, like, especially when I just use a plate, wash it, put it away, put it in the thing to dry. My problem is that he's doing it to get out of a chore, and I don't go for that. I do not go for that at all. Like, yes, we should be taking care of our own shit, but you setting up a rule that everybody does this so you don't have to should apply to everybody and every chore. If my chore is to clean up the living room every night or every day, then you all should be picking up your crap along the way, because I have 3 humans to pick up after and 2 cats and a bird. Birds are messy. Cats are messy, especially when the toy they love. Like, it's a thing. So if you're going to implement that to make your chore easier, we have to implement it to make everybody's chore easier. Now, I already do the step that should be technically making Hannah's chore easier, is I collect the garbage. Like my diapers, I don't just leave them to collect them. I pick them up and put them in the garbage. And then I set the bag, tie it up, set it where it goes so that they take it out. And when she's home and a little more stabilized, we have to discuss this, because it's like, I'm basically doing the chore for you. Then you need to do mine for me. Like, if I'm going to be taking these steps, you also have to take these steps, because I am not okay with the double standard that goes on. I hate double standards, hate them with a passion. And it's been part of this whole thing. Like, when we get into arguments, that's why I get mad and get into arguments, is because there's double standards, and it drives me insane. Like, I know life is not fair all the time. I understand that. But when it comes to chores and things like that, if you expect me to take the extra step to make your chore easier, then you damn well better do it to mine. If you expect me to take all the diaper bags and all the garbages outside, which for certain things I do, it's sometimes I cannot do it. And if you're going to start saying, hey, I'm taking the garbage out, then get it all ready first. I have taken my step to make your job easier. I've gotten all the bags ready. They are tied. They just have to be dragged out. I can't do that. Those are too heavy for me. Diapers are heavy. If you think about it, each diaper, if it's used fully, will weigh like a minimum of 10 pounds. Imagine how many fit in a big garbage bag. I can fit about 10 to 20 of those. It's heavy. Okay, it's not that heavy, but it's heavy. It's heavy. They weigh at least a good 30 pounds, 40 pounds minimum. minimum. So it's like me lifting that and dragging that is really hard on my body. Like I get that it's hard for you too, and I get that you have to go from there to the garbage. But if I'm taking this extra step, you better damn well take the extra step. Pick up your cup of water, pick up your package of chips that you emptied, pick up your garbage, your socks. Like if you're expecting me to go that far for you, then you should go that far for me. I shouldn't have to pick up your 20 pairs of socks that are in the living room because you're too lazy. Mm-mm. I am in charge of cleaning up the living room and the respective dining room. Okay, because they're connected. The only thing I do not touch is the dining room table because it's mostly Andrew's desk where he has so much crap piled up. I can't take care of it anyway. But it's like I don't do double standards, and there are a lot of them, especially with Hannah. And it drives me crazy. Like, no. If you expect me to do that for you, why do you expect me to pick up every single thing of yours? Like, why is it okay for you to leave garbage everywhere and socks and clothes when you expect me to do all but this distance, which I get is the hardest distance. And the reason I don't do it is because of the instability of our ground. I don't walk stable enough for that. It's dangerous. But yeah, no, that's different. That's completely different. If you're the only one, then yeah. But I'm like, it's been a thing since Hannah moved in, especially. And I'm like, nope, I don't go for double standards. I do not do it. If you expect one thing out of me or one thing out of her, and you don't expect it out of me, it should still be expected. And vice versa. Like there's a lot of things that Andrew expects out of me that he doesn't out of Hannah. And it's like, I have more of the issues. Like I have the autism. It's harder for me to understand things. It's harder for me to grasp and control emotion than it is for her. Also, I have physical aspects that I can't do. So it's like, if you expect me to physically do this, then you should expect her to do it because she is way more able-bodied than me. He's constantly telling me, just pick it up. Just pick it up. And I'm like, then she just needs to go the extra step and take the garbage to the kitchen and then out the door. Like that is the exact same thing. Because for me, bending down and getting stuff off the floor is really hard on my back. I have a disc that is not okay. So it's like, that's why I get mad. That's typically why I get mad is the double standard. Like if I'm going to get mad about something, 99% of the time, it boils down to I'm being ignored little wise or there's a double standard going on. Like that is almost every argument that ever exists is, I hate feeling like a third wheel in the relationship. And often I do, which is part of a poly relationship in a way. You have to work and communicate, which is what I've been working on with Andrew is learning to communicate my needs because he's, especially when it comes to my little side, he's like, well, you need to initiate some stuff. And, I don't know what you want, blah, 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 blah. And like, I've been telling him over and over and over again for the last 3 months, what I've figured out are some of the things I want. And he's like, well, you need to initiate it. You need to draw daddy out. And I'm like, at the same time, when I do, you'll get mad and then I don't go do it. Like it goes both ways. It's a two-way street. I need daddy to also sometimes initiate little time because Kai likes to hide. Kai loves to be behind the wall. And if something goes wrong in a previous time, it makes the things harder. Like when a couple weeks ago, there was an instance where Andrew was planning to, do the whole little thing. I woke up from a nap completely nonverbal. I told him before my nap, I'm like, look, we're hitting this point where little side is going to come out and I'm not going to be able to control it. I'm not going to be able to keep myself in an age range that is okay to take care of. Like I'm going to regress super little, which I kind of did. And that was the night Hannah found out about what was going on with her family, that she had to go to Utah and shit. So circumstances were a little bit different, but in that circumstance, Hannah came down and grabbed, and this is a scenario that happens very often, almost nightly. This night was just a little bit different, but you get the idea. Hannah goes and demands snuggles from Andrew. Andrew goes up and snuggles. I'm not planning on going to bed. Falls asleep, and I'm left there. And I was already in this little headspace very, very little. I was nonverbal for 5 hours. I could not talk. I tried. I had to text if I wanted to get a coherent thing out. I'm like, you haven't read this, because I couldn't verbally communicate that. When I'm in the little headspace, I can type, but I cannot necessarily verbally portray what I need or what I'm trying to say. So that whole night was literally texting back and forth because I couldn't speak. It's a thing, especially when you're needing regression and you haven't had it. It's like that's how it works with me. And he went upstairs. I'll be right back down. We're just gonna snuggle for a minute just to get her calmed down. And he fell asleep. And I was in this nonverbal little headspace, and it broke my heart. Because I have asked him, I have talked to him about this for well over a year. I'm like, if Hannah demands snuggles, please put me in bed first. Tuck me in bed, say good night. If it's like, hey, you're not tired, and you say, here's your tablet, watch your TV, that's fine. But it breaks Kai so bad when he does that. Like, it hurts. Like, it feels like my heart is being ripped out, and then Kai walls off. So the next time when Kai needs to be little and out, there's this wall that he will not come past. Like, he peeks his head out, but he will not come past it. And that's where Daddy needs to step in and do the things and be like, hey, let's go play with Play-Doh. And he's like, I don't do well with sitting down and playing Play-Doh and things like that. I don't do well. I can only do that for like a minute. And I'm like, so do it for a minute. Get Kai into it and then take yourself apart. But it's like, it's a really hard thing because like Kai is just, unfortunately, this is Andrew and Hannah's fault a little bit, and I don't have a problem saying this. When Hannah moved in, her little side was very traumatized. Andrew and Hannah talked to me and said, you need to back Kai down. Okay? Kai needs to be in the background till Zelly, which is her little side's name, is a little bit more stable. That pretty much meant Hannah was little all the time and I was not. Which I don't think this was right either. It was very damaging. I don't resent them for it, but it's very damaging to my little side, to my psyche in general. To be told that you can't do this and you can't be who you are because this person, it upsets them. Like when it's a household like that, it was horrible because then Hannah was getting every little attention from Daddy, and I just had to sit there. And it's like, I needed that little time too, but I had to wall off Kai in a way. Like, they're like, you don't have to not be little, but you need to back it way down. In the process of that, what had happened to Zelly's side actually happened even worse to Kai. Even worse. To the point of I was depressed. I was already on depression medication at this time for the seizures, but I was depressed and I was heartbroken, and that level of trust was completely broken. It took a very long time to really build up to where I could trust them and be little. And I still feel that, like to this day, if Hannah goes little when I'm little, Kai immediately does the wall. Immediately. It's still like that 2 years later. Still like that. And, I've talked to them time and time again. I'm like, you damaged Kai. You damaged my little side with this. And I don't know if I've really talked to them to that level about it. Like, literally, this is what happened. And that if they're not willing to help put that work in and repair it in the way they need to, like, yes, I need to repair it myself. But there is zero trust between my little side and people in my household. There's zero. Because every time I do come out behind that wall, he goes to bed after saying, I'm not going to bed and I'll be right back. He falls asleep. Every time that happens, it makes it harder and harder and harder. And I had this conversation with him a while back. I'm like, there is no trust. I can barely trust what you're going to say as a big, because you say all this shit and then it never happens. You say you're going to do this, never happens. Like, this level of trust is gone, kind of as a big and very much so as a little, to the point of my little side is terrified to come out from behind the wall. And I'm not saying this to diss Andrew per se and to say I'm struggling, that our relationship isn't working, anything like that. But this is the type of thing you have to work on, especially as a poly household. Because when you have two people dating the same guy who are not together, there's always that balance of showing each one the proper amount of affection. I struggle with showing affection. It's a thing. I want to, and I want it, but I struggle with it. It's not something that comes as fluently to me as you would think. So I struggle with that. Asking for affection is also extremely hard for me, especially since Hannah moved in. Because I will say this, I do feel right now like there is a huge level of selfishness in Hannah that pisses me off. I do feel like right now she's saying you're not important. That's completely how I feel. And when the time is right, like right now has not been that time, but when the time is right, I have to say it and I have to talk to them and be like, this is what's going on. And I talked a little bit about it with Andrew the other day because I'm like, you and Hannah do these things, like you'll go on a date and I'm left at home, which I get, you guys need your time together like that. But then when I want to do something, the answer is no. Or it's like, Hannah's like, I want to buy some chocolate for myself. And I'm like, cool, can I get some cupcakes instead of chocolate? No, we don't have the money for that, but she'll come home with 5 candy bars. So it's like, I struggle with that. And it's a thing from my childhood, mind you. I was a middle child. I was not neglected as fuck, but I was often forgotten. I was often just caught in the middle. We had the 2 oldest, we had the 2 youngest. And I was often in that middle. And I was definitely not that it wasn't on purpose. It just naturally happened. You're the middle kid. I was the kind of the calmest, the best behaved, the easiest kid. But at the same time, that creates a thing where, it happens. It happens in families. It's not, it's something that you have to work really hard at. And it happens with a lot of kids who are middles, especially when you have a bigger family. When it's 2 and 3, when it's 3 kids, it's a lot different than when it's 5. And I was also the only kid in the neighborhood my age, which sucked. But so when that happens now, I shut down because I do have PTSD. I do have abandonment issues. I have neglect issues. I shut down. And I had a talk with Andrew about it the other day. I'm like, if you notice, you guys will go to the store and go grocery shopping. You guys come home with tons of snacks for yourself. 3 bags of chips. Hannah comes home with candy bars and chips, and I get nothing. Like, think about this, because this happens 90% of the time. If I ask for a snack, I usually get a no. We don't have money for that. But then you say we don't have money for that and come home with all the snacks for yourself. And that hurts. That particular instance goes back to childhood because we always sat in age order. If, for example, like oldest to youngest, all the time, dinner table, church, everything. One parent would start at one side, one parent would start at the other. I'm in that middle. There were so many times we would be halfway through dinner. And this was when I was really little, when I couldn't serve up my own food and stuff like that, where my family would be eating and my mom would all of a sudden be like, Britt, why aren't you eating? I didn't get any food. And it's just because one parent did one side, one parent did the other, and you'd meet in the middle and you don't know. So when that happens, that goes right back to childhood, and that brings up so much shit. And the little side just wants to cry. And my little side is very connected to my childhood trauma, very much so. And it's not that I was traumatized per se. My father was abusive in ways, but I wouldn't consider my past completely like horrible. I had a very good childhood, but there were certain things that were extremely impactful that altered that. So when it comes to that stuff, like Hannah will be like, I want to go out on a date. We're going to go get some tea and coffee and or whatever, and we're going to sit and spend time. But then if I want to do something with him, I don't get to because, hey, we don't have the money. And I'm like, well, you just did this. So if we didn't have the money for both of us to do it, then no one should have done it. And this is what I have to get them to realize. This is something I need to work on in therapy. We really need to start delving deep in therapy into what's actually the problem. Because this is stuff I've noticed over time, recently even, that is such a big problem. And, I talked to Andrew about that the other day. I'm like, it kills me. I dread every night when Hannah comes downstairs and she's ready for bed. Every night, I want to just scream, no, think about me for once. Because Hannah's a great person, but right now, like, I love Hannah. I do, don't get me wrong, I adore Hannah. But right now, I want to punch her in the face and be like, dude, the fuck? Think about somebody else for once. Think about that. It drives me crazy. It drives me nuts. And it's like, I'm not the person to be like, dude, think about me. I want this, I want that. Because it seems to me like I'm asking for things all the time. Like, hey, Andrew, I want to go to there and get this for this. But the answer is almost always no. Like right now, for instance, I want to get this bottle, right? I want to get this bottle. I want to decorate it and get it up for sale. But I also just want a nice bottle that I can take out of the house. And it's the thing I want to do is so that I can have something I'm comfortable using, because I'm very particular about what I drink out of, how I drink out of it, what is touching my mouth. I'm very particular about how I can drink it. So for me, this is taking that independence and step saying, this is what I need. But also it's going to be a fun thing and make money, hopefully. So for me saying, I want to spend $32 on this bottle gets a no. But not long ago, when y'all wanted new water bottles, you spent $40 on it. So it's like, And at that time, we did spend the money to get one for me. It did not work out. I hate it. It's very frustrating to me. It causes anxiety because it's just not, if I am, especially with somebody so orally fixated, I'm very orally fixated. Everything goes in my mouth. I touch everything to my mouth. Like I can't wear headphones without them going in my mouth. I can't, play with a piece of paper, or everything goes in my mouth, unfortunately, which is why I've stayed home, because I don't want to touch my face all the time out in public. But it's like, when this is such a big thing, and this is honestly the autism side of it too. A lot of people with autism have issues with certain sensory issues in their mouth. For me, this bottle is like the key to what I need. Like, this is going to solve so many problems out in public. Right now, the only water bottle I have for out in public isn't one I can use. It drives me nuts. Like, I can drink out of this. I cannot have ice touching my teeth at all. I cannot have that. I can't touch my lips or my teeth. It drives me insane. That is why I use a bottle. I can't do typical like hard plastic things. Like, I can't do the typical adult water bottle. So this solution is both important as a little and as it's really important for me. It's like, you don't understand this. I'm tired of avoiding things because of this. Like, I just want this water bottle that'll work for me, that I like, that I know I like, because I already used the top to it on a different thing. But I can't take that one out in public because y'all will be too embarrassed. Like, I can't do that. So I need one that is appropriate for outside of the house, but also is good for my sensory things. But yes, I have to spend, okay, 32 plus $5.99 is like, almost, we're getting close to, when I get the things I need, because I need to replace bottle nipples too. When I get everything I need from this company, it's about $50. And I'm like, this is a huge thing for me. And it's like taking all I can, not to just scream at them and be like, guys, this is important to me. this is important. I will sacrifice snacks. I will sacrifice different things that we get on a general basis to get this. Also, I've put in a lot of money into this household. I honestly have put more, I will be putting more money into this household this month than Hannah has. And it's like, that's important to me to be like, this is going to be such a relief, anxiety wise, in so many ways. I'm not dealing with issues orally. I'm dealing with, I'm not dealing with aversion. I'm not dealing with, oh, is this too little looking to be out in public? Like my water bottle, I'm going to choose a theme, probably going to be Star Trek or Doctor Who, or Disney, so that this bottle can go out in public and I don't have to be like worrying if somebody sees it and is like, oh my God, that adult's using a bottle. It's just a water bottle. And I like want to cry about it right now because it's like, this is important. This is not just a little thing. This is an important thing. And I need them to understand that. And Andrew has said, if we're doing okay next pay period, at the end of the month, basically, because this pay period from Hannah is going to be 0. Literally, she's been off for 2 weeks. She's not getting paid. So my income has to balance stuff. But, and DG, I'm not trying to say this to make y'all feel bad for me. I like to do this because it also helps educate people on things. Like a lot of people don't think about the fact of how deep oral aversion goes and things like that, or how deep little things go, especially when you have autism. Like I am not, again, I'm going to say this, I've said this before. I'm not officially diagnosed with autism. However, when it comes to my knowledge of autism, because I've worked in that field. Hannah has a sibling. We've been around it enough to know a lot of the signs. Like I am seriously high functioning. Most of my autism shows in sensory issues. The other aspect of it is I really have a hard time with language in a way. With understanding language inputting things and getting things out, understanding thought process. I have a really hard time, like typically when I come with this revelation, it's taken me months to figure this out. When I have my big talks with Andrew and Hannah, it's because it's taken me months to get to that point where I can say, because this makes me feel this way. I have a very hard time analyzing exactly what a feeling is. So it's like, for example, with this whole thing of, I've had a hard time explaining to Andrew that there's a loss of trust between Kai and Daddy. Kai does not trust Daddy to take care of him right now. Kai doesn't trust Hannah at all right now. At all. There's 0 trust at that point. And they don't understand how to build it back. And I'm trying to teach them that. I've learned through a long time of feeling this way what I really want. I'm like Daddy. When I'm little, Daddy gets a babas, right? I don't get a baba, I'm a little. But I drink a lot. And he's like, you realize when I fill your water bottle, I have to get up from my seat, walk all the way to you, walk all the way to the kitchen, walk all the way back to you, and then walk to my chair. And I'm like, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. Like, what should matter is, okay, Daddy just got you a baba 5 minutes ago. I'm not getting up and doing it right now. If you need it right now, you get up and do it. That I can understand. But when he pulls it's too much work to do that, my heart goes boom. You don't care enough for me to walk the 6 extra feet. Okay, by the time it's all said and done, it's about 12 extra feet to do this for me. That tells Kai Daddy does not care. You don't care. Hannah doesn't care enough to understand that when she comes and asks you for snuggles, she's shooting me in the heart. And that all that it takes is, Daddy, I'm ready for bed. And Daddy or Hannah, because Andrew's really bad at remembering things. He's got a flustered brain. I understand it. Hannah needs to take that step and say, Daddy, I want snuggles. Can you put Kai to bed? But no, she comes down and demands snuggles right now. Go upstairs. I want them now. And then for me, that says you don't care about the fact that you are stabbing a knife into Kai's heart when that happens. Like, that is what it feels like. Just feels like you're, that's what it feels like. And I've told Andrew, I'm like, you both need to work on this remembering thing and understanding what your actions are doing. Because I stay silent a lot of the time. And it's like, look, her actions right now are hurting as an adult and very much so as a little, because her brain is focused on her. And it has been for several months. I get that she's got a stressful job and shit like that. I get that. I used to work that job. I know what it's like. I know how I was. But you have to think about what your actions are going to do to the rest of the household. And you demanding Daddy's attention and snuggles every single night is taking away an exceedingly important moment for me. Exceedingly important. I don't sleep in a room with them. I don't get that time with them because I don't feel comfortable snuggling Daddy while he and Hannah are snuggling in bed. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't really feel comfortable going in their room, which is something I need to work on with them because I don't think that's okay. I should feel comfortable to climb in bed with Daddy at any point. I don't feel that. If I have a nightmare, I suffer through it because I don't feel comfortable going to Daddy in his room like that because Hannah is so, like, Hannah gives no shits about Kai right now is what I see. So that putting me to bed, taking that 5 minutes to sit with me, he's like, well, when we snuggle, I'm like, you snuggle with me in my bed and fall asleep. I sleep in a twin bed. It's not meant for two people. But I like to snuggle Daddy sometimes on his chest. And every time he falls asleep, I have to kick him out. And I'm like, Daddy, that's a problem. He's like, well, you want the snuggles. Like, you don't want only 5 minutes of snuggle? You want only 5 minutes of snuggle? I'm like, yes. Because I'm actually the person that snuggle me for a little while. I want to turn over and go to bed. I don't want to just snuggle till I fall asleep necessarily with him in my bed. It's just too small. Plus he snores. And he takes up the bed. When I snuggle, he has to be like in a specific spot. And it's like, I'm in this cramp. No, I want 5 minutes of snuggle time. You get out, I go to bed. And I explained that to him. I'm like, I do not want to snuggle you till I fall asleep because I won't fall asleep. There's a few situations where I will, but I will not fall asleep. I will lay there being annoyed that you're falling asleep. I want to have those 5 minutes of just Daddy rubbing my back, rubbing my head, getting me calm, and then he gets out and puts me to bed. That's what I want. You know, and it takes 5 minutes. So Hannah needs snuggles. Wait 5 minutes. Don't be all up in his grill about give me snuggles. Tell him I want to go to bed and have snuggles. But you have to take care of Kai first. And if I am taking my meds appropriately, typically when she wants to go to bed, I'm okay to go lay in my bed. If I'm not tired, then Daddy can snuggle me, tuck me in, and then he can go snuggle her, and I can roll over and watch TV. I don't care about that. So long as I get that moment with Daddy, just that moment of calm, quiet Daddy and calm, quiet Kai, feeling loved. You know, that is important. So like that is the biggest struggle right now with Kai is like the bedtime issue is a thing. It's a very big thing. We've talked about other things as well. Like Andrew is very much a focus dude. Speaking of Andrew, I need to go get him up in a minute. But I want to finish talking about this a little bit because I need to vent a little bit about Hannah because I want to knock her teeth out right now. Not right now. She's going through shit right now. But usually I want to just knock her teeth and scream at her right now because she is so selfish right now. It's not even funny. And yes, I have selfishness. Everybody does. But right now it's like next level, like the fuck. I feel like I shouldn't be in this household anymore because of her actions. And that's not okay. I came first. I get that Andrew and I have a weird relationship. We're not sexually a thing. I don't like seeing his dick. I don't like that type of thing. It drives me nuts. But he and I have been together for almost 7 years. I came first. And since she stepped in the door, I am not visible. And that drives me insane. It upsets me. And I know it's not how they want it to be. I know they don't mean to do it all the time. Hannah, I'm not so sure about. Just because of her actions lately. I'm pretty sure that it is actual just like her being selfish right now. And okay, fine. But admit it. Don't just beat around the bush like, no, I truly care about you. No, admit you're being a selfish cunt right now. Excuse my language. You know, and sadly, it's going to have to be a conversation. Hopefully, I can kind of portray it to Andrew enough, and he can discuss it with Hannah a bit before I do. Because if I discuss it with Hannah, it's going to come down to her screaming. And I hate that. I don't like that. I will scream back, mind you. Yes, I will scream back. I do that. But that's also because I mirror emotion. I'm not empathic necessarily, but if an emotion such as aggression, especially aggression, is sent to me, I mirror that right back. It's not something I want to do. It's something I try to avoid, but it's not always something I can control right now. That is one of the things it's kind of an autism thing, but I do feel like I need to be speaking with these people in this household and be like, look, I'm a human being. I'm bringing in a shit ton of money right now. I am cleaning your house. I am taking care of the pets. I am pushing my body more than I ever have to get better. I matter. You know, I matter. And it's a really hard thing for me to do that because I grew up where women didn't matter. I didn't matter. So for me, knowing this, knowing that it should be different, knowing that it has been different, it's really hard for me to bring that up. And that's partly why I'm talking about it right now. Like if I have the ability to go to Hannah and Andrew and talk about it, I probably would. But right now I don't because I am not feeling secure in my relationships. Like I'm secure in the whole, I guess, but in a way I'm not. Like I'm not wanting to break up with them and leave. They don't want me to leave necessarily. At least I don't think they do. I know Andrew doesn't, but I'm not so sure about Hannah right now. Which is kind of sad and hard for me to say because Hannah is a wonderful person. And I don't think she's meaning to do this, but I also think she doesn't give a fuck right now. She's not considering her actions right now. And she hasn't been for the last few months. And it's about time I stand up and say, put my foot down a little bit. Be like, I matter. My little side is in danger and is sad and is not okay right now. You need to now back off. Not fully, just step back. Not shut down your little side, which she's going to want to do. Which she has kind of anyway. She hasn't really felt little that much, which is fine. And it probably, because there are some things I want to discuss with Hannah coming down the line eventually that I cannot do at this point because I am not okay with her and my relationship as it is right now. Especially little wise. Mainly little wise. Her and I are really good friends, but the things she does regularly that hurt my little side, those have to be taken care of first because I don't trust her. Okay. Kai does not trust her. Kai is a huge part of me. So that's why I say I don't trust her right now. I don't trust that she cares right now. Her actions prove that in a way. At least prove that she's not. Okay. It's not that she doesn't care, but her actions are proving right now that, the word just came to me how I want to say it. I know she cares about me, but her actions right now say, I know I'm hurting you, but I don't give a shit. And she's a great person, but right now she's got some issues and I know she has some shit to work through, but she's got to understand what she does to the rest of us what she does to me particularly. Because the other two in the relationship, Andrew and Annie, she's dating both of them. I'm the odd man out here. I am the odd man out at the moment. I am the one not being taken care of as I need. Annie's getting Hannah. Andrew's getting Hannah in both daddy and puppy. And then there's me. And I'm just like, the fuck? Do I even matter? Should I keep fighting for this relationship or should I walk away? I don't want to walk away because I love Annie, I love Hannah, and I love Andrew. And Annie understands this a little bit right now. She gets it. Right now, she's the only one that gets it. But it's going to come down to I have to put my foot down at some point and be like, you guys are damaging me right now. Like, I need to be in therapy right now because of Hannah mainly and because of Andrew. Like, that is what I need right now. Like, I don't give a shit about the past right now. What I give a shit about is the fact that I am not emotionally, physically, and mentally being taken care of properly right now. And that is not okay. It's not okay. Andrew is starting to see this. I had a talk with him quite a while the other night. It was not the greatest night to have this talk, and we will have to have it again. But at least he started to see something a little bit. He got where I was. He understands a little bit. Is he willing and ready to put that work in yet? No. But, and I laid it on him hardcore. I did. I laid it down. I'm like, dude, you have anxiety and depression issues. Right now, you have thrown all coping mechanisms out the window and don't care. You have decided to let it rule your life. You're not taking the steps you need to take to function. You have actively thrown them out the window. And I get that it's an anxiety thing and whatnot. I understand that because I know what he goes through in a way. I don't go through it in the same way. I go through it for very different reasons, but I know for a fact that he is willingly and purposely not helping himself right now. And I called him out on that. I'm like, you have tools in your belt. You have them, you know them, you've used them in the past, and you've said, fuck it right now. You have said, fuck it, and sent them out the window. So for him, he understands. He's getting there. He's trying. His main problem right now is he doesn't have the willpower to do these things because he's anxious and shit like that. And his choice right now is to sleep, which I get. He does not do well on depression medications and anxiety medications. They actually make him very suicidal. And they make him even worse. It's bad. I've seen it. It's bad. I would never force him to go on medication. I'm about ready to force his ass into therapy. About ready to be like, it's this or I'm gone. And Hannah's like pushing for this as well. But we have given him some tools to try, and he and I talked about it. We're good. I just need to kind of bring this to Hannah as well. And I need him to do that because I know I will not stay calm and she will not stay calm if I bring it to her. And he hates being this person, but I'm like, I cannot I can't look y'all in the eye. I can't look y'all in the eye and talk about this. I can barely look y'all in the eye anyway, let alone this. This I won't stay calm about. I know I won't because I'm hurting really bad. I am hurting. It's been great not having Hannah around because that hurt hasn't been there. And that scares me and upsets me all at the same time. Like, I'm upset about that because I love Hannah. Hannah is my best friend. But the fact that this week has been one of the calmest this last 2 weeks has been some of the calmest we've ever had since she moved in. And one of my least anxiety weeks is like, oh shit. What if I'm not meant for this group? What if I have to walk away? And that kills me. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't think that's the answer. I don't think that's the answer. I don't want that. I want to be with them. I love them. But if the refusal to work with things and communicate and understand is there, then I may have to at some point. I may have to. I don't have many options. I would pretty much be homeless. But I might have to figure something out like that, and that scares me. And Andrew's like, no, I would never send you away even if that happened, He's like, even if we break up, ever. He said this many times before. He's like, ever. If we break up, he's like, I would never just send you out the door. And I'm like, well, it's not about you sending me out the door. It's about, do I have to walk away? Do I have to leave this environment to get what I physically, mentally, and emotionally need? And it's really hard for me to bring these needs to them because I just shut down. Because I'm like, if I don't say anything, I won't make anybody mad. I won't make people feel bad. Because also we have this problem of, if I go to Andrew and talk about something, his automatic reaction is to plummet anxiety-wise, go into this, I'm a horrible person, blah, 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 blah. And it drives me crazy because he turns it into things about him. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to say this to make you feel like you're a horrible person. I'm trying to make you see this so you can work on it. And I will say I get annoyed and mad when he does this. I do. I'm not going to lie. I know, like, when he goes into a panic attack or something like that after these, I know, like, I do get mad and be like, you dumb dick. You just turned everything around and made it all about you. Everything I said is out the window because now and I get that it's anxiety. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be mean. But it's really annoying when I bring something to him and all he does is turn it around and be like, oh, woe is me. I'm horrible. Nobody loves me. I fucked up. That drives me nuts. That drives me nuts because it's like, that's not what this is about. I need you to listen to how I'm feeling. I need you to listen. Because also that thing you just did, that breaks down my trust because I know if I say anything, that's going to happen. And then Hannah's going to flock to you and it then becomes all about you. And everything I've said about what I need is not even thought about. And it's like, that's a selfish reaction of yours. But at the same time, I'm like, I have anxiety too. And I react selfishly with my anxiety. So I have like this war going on. Like, I feel mad about him doing that, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, that's not right. Just don't let him have a thing. But it's like, if that happens every single time, and I've told him this, why would I talk to you when A, you get mad, or B, you go into your downward spiral and are in a shaking mess on the floor? Why would I talk about anything? With Hannah, same difference. We end up fighting, and I'm talking loud fighting. It never just goes, hey, I have this problem. I need to talk to you about it. And I don't word it properly. I know that's part of my problem. I have a really hard time getting that thought out without sounding like I'm attacking. That is something I'm trying to work on and have Andrew help me with that because he actually is fairly good at that. So I know if I go to Hannah with any of this, it's going to wind up bad. And I'm like, why would I talk to you too about this shit? Why? If I know these are going to happen. If history has shown that every single time this is going to happen, why the fuck would I do it and think differently? Why should I expect something different? What has changed in you all and me that makes the reaction and the outcome different? Because that's the definition of insanity. Going into something, expecting something different. Like, a hard thing. This is why being a polyamorous little is a hard thing. Because yes, there is jealousy, there is upset. And when there is an inability to communicate, it just goes poof. I am having a leg and I really need to wake up Andrew because he's supposed to be cleaning. So anyway, I'm not going to stay on the topic. I didn't say any of this to make y'all feel bad and pity me. Because part of this is just me talking about things that I need to do and that need to happen. Like, yes, I feel kind of trapped at the moment. I do feel like I am a third party and I am unwanted in this. I am not, it's going to take a lot to convince me that that's not true. Like, logically, I'm like, I know Andrew loves me. I know he cares. I know Hannah cares. But I feel like it's going to take a lot to show me that my feelings that are going on are not going on because they've broken it. They have broken trust. They have broken Kai. And yes, it is. I'm going to say it. It is primarily Hannah's fault at the moment. Primarily their fault. It is their fault right now because I was told right now your little side is damaging somebody else. You need to back off. And that was that. I shut down for a good year. I shut down. And now we're in the thing where I am in the same boat. As soon as Hannah goes little, I get upset and I get frustrated because I know exactly the plan. I know exactly how the night's going to play out. I know exactly how it's going to play out because that has been history for the last very long time, especially the last few months. So, yeah, Kai is bad. Kai is bad. We began to heal when I was switching from Chloe to Kai. We started to heal a little bit. We made a little progress and then boom, right back. So yes, they are at fault, and I'm not. I don't have a problem saying that. I don't care if they see this, which they don't. They don't watch my shit. They are at fault for the state of my traumatized little side, especially. Yes, they are kind of at fault for how I'm feeling right now. And it's gonna take a crap ton to rebuild that trust. A crap ton. Hello, wild one. And it terrifies me that I have to bring this to them because I'm kind of like at this point where it's like either you guys understand or I'm out because I cannot live like this, and it's not like I'm always unhappy. When Hannah's home, yes, I am. I'm very unhappy because I know exactly how it's going to play out. I know that dagger is going to stab my heart every goddamn night. I know. And she gives no shits about it. Nothing particularly happened. Nothing particularly happened, Wild One. We're just kind of discussing or I'm just venting a little bit about some things. But I'm very curious to see if she's going to even care, because I don't think she does right now, if she's going to take steps to do so. Because I've talked to her about this. I'm like, please, if you ask him for snuggles at night, please remind him to do something with me first, because it hurts. And at this point, I would say that I'm about 6 months from the do or die situation. Either this changes or I am out. And I know nobody wants that. I know Annie would be devastated. And I'd have to tell her, yes, this is because of Hannah. I'm leaving because of Hannah's inability to understand what's going on. Because right now I feel like she knows, but she does not care. She knows it hurts me. She knows. But not once have I gotten a, hey, I'm sorry that we did this last night. I'm sorry that I took him to bed and he fell asleep and all that shit. She knows exactly. If you ask him to go to snuggle anytime after 9:30, 10 o'clock, 90% of the time he will fall asleep. And you not saying, Daddy, go take care of Kai first is just showing me you give no shits. Give no shits. Because then I am left downstairs crying. Internally, most of the time, Kai just sits there and cries behind his wall. But there are times where it's external. And I want to go to Annie and be like, I'm mad at your girlfriend right now. I want to punch her in the face. And that's the reality of it right now. It's like, I'm in this position where it's like, I can handle this if it's going to change. I'm perfectly fine. And it doesn't have to change much. Not much. You guys just have to realize that you have to think about me in the aspect of food. Like, I get that I don't eat very often. Like, I get that, I have a lot of pickier things I have to do. But it's like, when you guys go out and grab yourself snacks and then turn right around and say, we don't have the money for you. Huh? Why would you think that I'd be happy in a life like this? If you know, Hannah, coming downstairs and saying, come to snuggle with me means Andrew's going to go to bed and I am going to be hurt, you are knowingly, purposely hurting me every night. And if that is what's going on, I don't want no part of it. I don't think that's what's going on. I mean, no, I do think that's what's going on. If that's not willing to change, if there is not a willingness to change that on everybody's part, then yeah, I'm out. Because I'm done feeling like I'm dirt. And I got about, 6 months to a year left where I can really, that's about all I can handle after that. It's like, and it's going to be a choice, Andrew. It's going to be a choice for Hannah and Andrew. It's like either I go or things change big time. Because I'm done feeling, and it's, in a way, it is abusive. In a way, it is. Because I grew up in an abusive household. I know this is a form of abuse. I know it's not intentionally abusive, but it is. It is. And that's the first time I've said that. Like, yes, this is abuse in a way. And it's hard for me to say that because these are really good people. And I know that's not their intention. But right now, I don't think it would change if I don't think their life would really change if I died. I think it'd be like, oh, hey, we have more things to do. But I don't know that it would. And that's sad. And I know that would break Andrew if I said that. I know it would hurt him so bad. But it's like, this is the state we're in, you guys. We're in this state, and it is their fault. Like, yeah, I'm not good at, I haven't necessarily done everything I could. But it's to the point where it's like, I want to throw every little aspect out of the window for everybody and just be like, we're done with this shit because it causes too much pain. He wants too much puppy time. There's a huge selfish aspect with that. Like, the amount of times he said, yeah, I'm going to be daddy tonight and come home puppy. No, that's not okay with me. You cannot do that to me. This is where the trust is breaking down. And that's why I'm at this spot and why it's do or die over the next year. Like, I'm going to give Hannah a week or two to calm down from everything that's gone on, but there has to be that. Like, look, you either care or you don't. You're either lying through your teeth to me and something's got to change, or something's got to change. Like, if you're lying through your teeth, I'm out. Like, if you honestly are not willing to make these changes, you don't care no matter how much you say you do. If you're not even willing to try to change these things, you don't actually care. And if that's the case, I'm gone. I will pack up my cats and my bird. I will pack up my shit and I will be gone. Because I'm not going to stand for that anymore. I've been through too many relationships where that is a fact. I'm not going to do that to me. I am not going to let myself get to the point where I am so upset that I want to be gone and die and no. Like, have I ever been actually suicidal? Probably not, but I've gotten pretty damn close. There is this etching in my wall up in my room. I took a pair of tweezers and I etched it in there. because of how you guys have made me feel by your actions. So either your actions are correct or your words are correct. Which one is it? Because they're saying two different things. And if they're saying the thing that I think they're saying, then that etching on the wall is correct. And I am worthless to you. I don't matter to you. So which one is speaking correctly? Because I need to know. I need to know. And I have to take my actions accordingly. Like, yeah, maybe I'll choose to just stay in the life and be miserable at that point, but that's my choice. And if I do that, yeah, no, I don't think I'd be able to. Me actually taking the step and saying I'm leaving would be really hard because I don't have a support. But, it's either your actions are correct or your words are correct, and I need to know which one, because your actions are saying you don't give a shit. At least right now. You don't give a shit. The last 6 months, you have not given a shit. There's just a huge amount of selfishness going on, and I can't. Like, I am a selfish person, yes. I do a lot of things that are very selfish, but I'm also trying really hard to work through these things mentally because I haven't had help. I haven't had anyone who understands at all what's going on. When it comes to the autism, the PTSD, it's like, Mike, this is a different level of PTSD. Like, if I'm getting PTSD from you too, there's a problem. So, like, I don't want you guys to all feel like, oh my God, she's horrible off, she's depressed. That's not the case. I am actually fairly happy. It's the situations where I can be so happy one night and Andrew's doing so good, and then Hannah steps in. Like, yes, my biggest problem is with Hannah right now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you one thing. I know she just struggles with anxiety and depression and refuses to medicate for it when she needs to. And if that's the case, like, girl, you are hurting other people with this. If it's getting to the point where you are hurting somebody that bad, I don't give a shit that you don't want to take medications, because that's a lie, because you're on 4 of them. What's one more? So that's kind of what's going on, is like, Hannah her actions are incredibly selfish. Her actions are showing me that she does not give a shit about especially my little side, but also me as a human. So I need to know which is which. I really do. And it's gonna come down to that. Are your actions true or are your words true? Which one is it? Because I feel like her actions are true right now. I feel like that's where she's going. And I know she wants her words to be true, but they ain't true right now. They ain't true. And I struggle with that because it's like, I am an honest person. Yes, I don't tell my emotions well. I don't go out and say, I'm feeling this way and I need to talk about it. That's where my downfall is. But you better believe I'm honest. I don't lie. I back down and I wall off, but I don't lie. If you come to me and ask me what's going on, it might take me a while to work it out. It's taken me a couple of months to work that out. But like, don't lie to me. Don't say, I care, I'm sorry, and then do it again every time. Because that's just, no. Then I'm insane if I'm insane if I expect it to be different at that point. So I do expect right now, that, like, I feel like I'm wrong for wanting these things. Like, I feel like I'm wrong for feeling hurt when they go and do their thing and get snacks, or they go on a date and then I'm told no, or something like that. Like, I'm constantly told, no, we don't have the money for that. And then they turn around and do it for themselves. Like, I feel like it's wrong for me to be saying this, but I know it's not. I know it's okay for me to stand up. And that, like, I'm trying to tell Andrew, I'm like, that's why, like, I feel like my income should go toward me right now, because y'all, you buy 6 bags of chips, but you can't buy me one. You buy 6 candy bars, but I can't buy one. Huh? No, that's not okay. Like, I shouldn't have to beg y'all for this shit. Like, it should just be thought about. Hey, Andrew and I are picking up snacks. Let's grab a snack for Brent. Hannah's getting some chocolate. Let's grab a little bit of something for Britt that she likes. I'm not a huge candy bar fan. I don't like it that much. But I love cupcakes. If you're going to do this shit, just think about doing it for me. If you guys are going to go on 2 dates a month and set aside money for that, then we need to set aside at least one for me. I don't necessarily need to go on 2 dates a month or whatever, but set aside that time for me, because right now I feel like I shouldn't even ask. I feel like I should be dirt. And part of me feels like that's wrong. That's wrong. They're stressed. They're working, blah, 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 blah. But the other side of me says, no, you need to stand up. And I know I did. I know I did. And it's going to hurt them. And I'm going to have to say some pretty bad things in a way. Every relationship I've been in, as far as a dating relationship, I've been screwed over. My first one I was broken up with. Second one I was like, hey, it's been a year. See you later. Bye. I had to pack up in my car and leave without warning. Hey, it's been a year. By the way, I'm not renewing the lease when it's up. It's up in this. I'm not renewing it. Which he actually, I think, did. I'm not sure, but it, that's where I am. It's like we're hitting that point where it's like, and part of me is like, am I the problem? But when I step back and analyze what I see from them and what I'm feeling, no, I'm not the problem. And I can either just go on and shut up, or I can make them think, yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah, Andrew's probably going to freak out and have panic attack. Hannah's going to probably scream. But I need them to just understand, because like we're coming up on, Hannah wants to get married. And I don't necessarily believe in marriage at this point. It's just every marriage I've known has failed. I don't necessarily want that, but the other thing is like, I know this is going to happen because it's already happening. If they get married, she's going to pull the I'm the wife card. She says she won't, but she kind of already does. She doesn't say it, but her actions already pull that card. So I'm like, hey, you're bringing Annie into this now. You're bringing Annie into this. You now have a guy and a girl. You guys both have 2 relationships at this point. And I know that I am out the window right now. Like I'm not, I have zero say in planning of anything. I was basically told by Hannah, you can't be in the wedding. Excuse me? I'm standing up for Andrew in that wedding, whether you like it or not. I am putting my foot down. Like, yeah, no, I'm not getting married, but you better fucking believe I'm in that wedding, because I won't stand for that. If that's the case, I'm out, because that is that. I don't get to have a day and go to my family and say, I'm with him forever. I don't get to have the day that is for me and Andrew to commit ourselves forever. You're doing the legal aspect. I don't even get to say he's my husband. I have to forever say my boyfriend or my partner. I don't get to ever say that. And I don't necessarily want to. It's easier for me to explain, yeah, he's my husband. But then that common law marries and makes us into an illegal relationship. Part of me is just like, y'all shouldn't get married ever either. Like, this is not about being married necessarily. Like, it matters to Hannah. It does not matter to me. But it's like, think about this. When they get married, Hannah's got a sister. She has like 5 best friends. She has Annie, her girlfriend. Andrew has his brother. Andrew has his friend, whoever's in there. And you're telling me, no, you don't get to be a part of this day like that? That is my man. We are family. I get to be a part of it. And I will put my foot down. I'm like, I will dress in a tux, whatever I have to do. But I am standing up, either as best man or right next to him. in that wedding. You have no right to tell me no, because I am being denied every other aspect. Every other aspect. The only way I am legally bound to Andrew if he dies is because I'm on his life insurance. Mm-mm. You don't get to tell me that. I haven't said that to her necessarily yet, but I will when the time comes. I am putting my foot down, and I am going to tell Andrew, before you get engaged, this needs to be said. Brittany is standing up in that way. I don't want to stand on her side because she has way too many friends. The wedding party would be huge, but I do want to stand next to Andrew for this. I deserve that. I am part of this family, and if the rest of our four are in that wedding, no, I am not sitting down. Mm-mm, no. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so am I kind of at a crossroads with all this? Yes, I'm very much so at a crossroads, and it scares me. It scares me because I could end up out the door at some point. I don't think that's going to happen. I know Andrew does not want that to happen. Andrew and I love each other. We are just bound on another level other than boyfriend, girlfriend, daddy, little, all that stuff. But they've lost sight. I've spent so much time in the back seat that I'm lost in this. Especially even now, like I adore Annie. Annie and I have pretty much said, we're still a thing. We're best friends. We're still gonna be in this. But me here sitting here thinking right now, like, okay, on the very off chance that Andrew dies, my connection to this has all been lost at this point. Annie and I know we're like, hey, if Hannah dies, we're hanging. We're gonna hang. But for me, if Andrew dies, do I feel comfortable necessarily with this? No. And I should know that if something goes wrong, y'all got my back. And we've said that, like we've kind of basically said that, yeah, we're in this together all the time, always. But right now the actions are being different than the words. And that's the part I'm struggling with the most is actions are different than words right now. And actions speak louder than the words. Especially in the case of Miss Autism here. For me, I don't care what you say if you don't show it. And I hate that I have to come to them that soon and say this. I hate it. I don't want to. I know it's gonna go bad. And I don't know how to say it without sounding like I'm evil, and selfish and a dick. I don't know how to say it like that, But that's what's going on right now in my head. My head is stressed because I'm seeing that I'm not important to this. Like there are times when, yes, they try to make me feel important, but at the same time, and it's such little things here and there. Getting me in bed before she demands snuggles is important to me. That's really important to me. That is one thing that builds trust. If that starts happening, I can go from there and I can start building trust again. The adult side, if I start seeing that you guys actually think about me when I'm not in the room, if you show that, you can say it all damn day. But they've also said when they go to the store and get snacks and I've asked for something or said, hey, if you guys wouldn't mind, I'd enjoy this. And they say, we don't have the money for that. And then they come home with these snacks for themselves. And I'm just like, your action says we have, no, there's that disconnect. It's like, I feel so wrong for feeling this. I feel wrong because I have so much. They support me right now. I mean, right now, I've made enough money to buy my own diapers this month, but hey, what if next month isn't so good? I could not live my life right now without them because I am dependent on other human beings. I don't have that choice right now. My voice is getting quite tired because I'm talking so much, but I do not have that choice at the moment. And that scares me. I hate that. And B, it's like, why would it matter to them? You know, why? Where? I'm just that person. I'm that fat blob on the couch that can't walk. And I feel like, yeah, there is huge resentment about that. I know that my health issues carry a lot of resentment. They say no. They say no. Andrew doesn't say no all the time. He's like, yes, I do resent some of this. But it's like, if I am not present, it's like I don't exist. If I am not constantly with you guys, it's like I don't exist to you. Your thought process does not involve me. And I'm not okay with living like that for the rest of my life. I'm just not. Nobody should be. And I feel wrong for even feeling this, but nobody should be. It's just that way, you know. But I do have to wake up Andrew. It is 3:00 in the afternoon and he is still in bed. I have got to get him up. We've got to go to Joann's and get these things. So he doesn't have a choice. We have to do that. I have them holding a pattern for me for an order. I have to do this. Also, I'm just taking that step for myself, being like, this is something I need. I was stuck in the house being depressed yesterday because he didn't want to go anywhere. I was dying. Like, I wanted nothing more than to get out of this house. And that was kind of like, he's like, well, he wasn't doing well yesterday. I get that. There is, what's the most quiet thing? I have no fucking idea. I can't even tell you that anymore. But he doesn't have a choice now. He has to go. I'm not giving him a choice. It's business. I would go. If he says no, I will probably get in the car and go myself, even though I shouldn't. But if he says no, I probably will. Be like, either you're taking me or I'm going by myself. You have a choice. Because it's getting done today. All right, guys. I did not finish all the pacifiers. I'm actually mid smack dab in between one, but my voice is dying. I need to go get some things, some water in me and stuff like that. And get the man up out of bed because I swear to God, I'm so annoyed with this. I'm so tired of this. I cannot wait for him to go back to work on Monday. Cannot wait. Because it's going to push him back into routine. And I hate not having a routine. That's the other thing I'm struggling with is no routine. But anyway, guys, I don't sit here thinking I'm like going to go jump off a bridge or anything. That's not the case. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not feeling suicidal. I'm feeling hurt, yes. But I'm also holding that back because right now is not the time to deal with that. Right now, Hannah's family is going through a horrible, horrible, heartbreaking thing. And I haven't said much about it, but trust me, it's utterly heartbreaking. It is completely life-changing to all of them. And now is not that time, but it will be soon. And it may come out when it shouldn't. It honestly might. But, and I may talk with Andrew about that tonight a little bit. Just be like, look, I am feeling anxious about her coming home right now. I really am. Like, part of me is like, I wish she wasn't. Because it's been good. I've had Andrew paying attention to the needs. And as soon as she walks in the door, that's out. And I know that. So I have to, like, part of me is like, I need to have that assurance that that's not going to happen. Like, I feel like I need to put sticky notes everywhere. Are you thinking about Kai? What is Kai's part in this? What is Britt's part in this? Like, what is the part in this? Like, I feel like I need constant reminders for them. So I may have to discuss a little bit of that with Andrew today or tomorrow, just because I'm feeling anxious about this and I really need to talk to you about it. I'm feeling utterly anxious. That's why I'm talking about it now, because it is really in my head right now. I'm thinking this because she is coming home on Saturday. The whole it's too much trouble, it's just wrong. I know. But I'll post the link in a bit. I might have it saved on one of my wish lists. I don't know. But don't. I'm not saying that to try to get you guys to go out and buy that. Please don't. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm asking for favors and everything. Like, I hope that's not how this is coming off, because That's not what I want. I'm just sharing my heart right now, which I'm really bad about. I do it at all the wrong times. But that's part of the anxiety and the depression and the PTSD. Like the whole I'm too much trouble thing is wrong, is such a like I constantly talk to Annie about this because she's like, I'm too much of a bother, I'm too much of this. What other website am I on? Discord. That's about it. Twitch sometimes. When you're in your little head, you're very much a child. Exactly. Like that is one thing I wish I could get everybody else to realize. There's a difference. Okay. There are those like Hannah who kind of is not exactly that. But especially for me, and I think it has to do somewhat with the autism. When I'm little, I am not an adult. Like I may be able to jump out of it and become adult for a little while, but when I'm in that headspace, I am not adult. And I feel that's one thing where Andrew and I are discussing. I'm like, when I am, he was like, well, you pop in and out of it all night long, and that just throws it off for me. And I'm like, yes, but this is what you do that causes my need to pop out. Oh, we're just in the normal chat. I'm not sure why you can't see them. Yeah, I am very much in the mind of a child. Like, it's so weird because I feel like for me, it's like, it's my natural state. Like, I like doing these things and stuff, but outside of my crafting thing, like, my natural state is to just be a child. It's to just be a child. You may just have to reset your chat or something, by the way, DG, because they're all in the YouTube chat. I'm not sure why you can't see that. Oh, 1 second. Hopefully that will work. Andrew, pick it up. 3 o'clock. Thanks, Rita. Nice. Leo, you're not time. But yeah, you know, it's kind of, now you see it, okay. But yeah, I'm struggling anxiety-wise. I really am. Okay, not struggling anxiety-wise necessarily. I am anxious about this with the whole Hannah coming home on some Saturday thing and whatnot. I'm really anxious about that because I just know, but it's more of a, I know this is exactly what's going to go on. I know it's back to the normal again. And it's frustrating. You know. I have to email people because I'm going to tell it. I have to tell them it's day delayed. But yeah, so Bo, hit me up on Discord if you want. If you want to do that, I appreciate it. I don't want you to feel like you have to. That's not what I'm saying. I'm honestly wanting to be like, dude, Andrew. Like part of me is like, I would love it if I was gifted that. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm kind of want to use this as an example for these two. Be like, dude, I get that it's expensive. Wow, my voice is really going. I get that it's expensive, but y'all can think of it as how you spend all the money on the fidget toys and things like that. This is important for a sensory thing. I don't ask for things like that very often. Sensory-wise, this is a thing. It's a big thing. You know, and I don't ever want you guys to feel like me talking about this stuff is asking you to get it. Like, I appreciate every gift that is sent. You have no idea. But I never want you guys to feel like you have to or you should. Like, me complaining about this is not about, please give this for me. I appreciate gifts. Yes, I really do. Like, Bo, you saved my butt with those mats. I love the vinyl. Like, when you guys send it, that I appreciate it. Like, you wouldn't believe. But when it comes to this, it's just like, I'm really trying to, this is the other thing. This is another quick thing. I'm really trying to work on my sensory issues. You know, I have issues with sensory things, and I need to find the sensory things that are acceptable to me so I can replace that. When I'm having issues with bad stimulation, I can get a good stimulation in, and it kind of balances out for me. That is what I'm trying to work on really, really strongly right now, is like figuring out, because I know for a fact I don't want a fidget thing, but I love chewy thing. Like I love, having something in my mouth. I need to chew on a thing. So like I need to get a chewy. I hate certain fabrics, so I get the other ones. Like I'm trying to work on the things, that will calm my sensory overload, because I live in so much sensory overload all the time. It's not cool. So I'm trying to find the things that help sensory wise. And it's really, really hard because I don't like things that sound off, and like I don't like clicking. I don't like repetitive noises as much, but it's like I need something. Like I love squishy things like slime and squish. Those things help. Chewies help a lot, but I can't have one that crosses over my tongue because I have the world's strongest gag reflex. So it's like I have to figure out, and I get so much poo poo about it. But I'm like, if I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy a thing for $12, what different is it than grabbing Andrew a fidget cube for $12 or however fidget toy? Like I'm trying to find the things that seem interesting to me. The same thing for my little side. My little side has not got much of a clue about what my little side likes. My little side does like things like Play-Doh, but also Play-Doh I end up eating. I am very much so in the mindset of a child when I'm little, and I need to go to a store and focus. Okay, what are things that Kai is interested in? Because Kai gets bored. I don't want to just sit around and watch TV, because typically when we watch TV, I don't like the shit she likes when she's little. She doesn't like the shit I like when I'm little because it's too little for her. And at the same time, I don't want to watch the big stuff. So it's like I need to find the things that I can do to keep my little head where it needs to be. I am getting a little loopy from Benadryl, by the way. I had to take allergy medicine this morning. I was literally like puffy face, red eye, that thing. Yeah. And I need to take it again. But I'm trying to figure out what works for me sensory wise right now, because I gotta find a way to put good sensory input in. Like I know for a fact I love my soft blankies and things like that, but that's an expensive thing to make. I know I need a weighted thing. I want to make a weighted snake to go on my body. Like I have the plan and what I want to do with it. It's just gonna cost a lot to do. So, hi, come here. He wants to come over here. Come here, baby. Come here, Leo. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out sensory eyes what I like. I love my pacifier. My pacifier though is, I'm so frustrated with the whole nipple situation, but oh well. I'm trying to find some sensory input that is good for me. Like, okay, do I need weight? I need cool weight as well. Like I cannot have hot things on me. That drives me nuts. Like I can't sleep in a bed that's hot. I run a fan all winter just so it's cool. I can't have the things that make me feel like hot all the time. I like a lot of cottons or cotton blends type of deal. Like I have weird sensory needs, but it's actual sensory needs. Like when it comes to a lot of Andrew's sensory stuff, it's all about input, 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 input. He doesn't give a shit what he wears most. Well, that's not true. But it's like, it's all about putting in input for him, which is the same thing with me. But I don't have the tools to put in the good input. I only get the bad. So if I'm constantly getting people chomping on chips, but I'm not feeding that with something that calms me sensory. So I'm trying to figure that out, and I don't even know yet. Like I really just need to start investigating a little bit into some sensory play. Like slimes and squishy balls and things like that. Different things that put a good sensory. I do really well if I can carry around my blankie. Which I need to make a weighted blankie out of this particular fabric. That's going to be fun. I just need a little one, like something that just I can put that weight near me. And I need to use sand because of I like the beads too, because the beads are fun to play with, but I need to use a specific, I'm trying to figure that out, but I want to get a couple of different things like that snake I want. This is one reason I want a python so bad. This is one reason is that weight that goes around the neck and that cool body feeling. That's what I need. That's one reason I'm trying to get understand Andrew to understand. This is what I need from this snake. This is why I'm drawn to that. I need to figure out a way to replicate that without having a live animal, which is really hard to do. Oh, really hard. But if I were to make a weighted snake, I could put it in the freezer for a while and just put it on me. And I'd have that, like, make it out of like a silky or smooth type of fabric and have that. Like, I don't want it to stick to me per se, but it needs to be cool and it needs to be soft. So that's kind of where, you know what, I need to write that down. I need to write that down. Hang on. That is a thing I need to point out to him. I need to start journaling again. Is sensory input. How do I replicate that? Because boom, right there, like, yes, I want a snake. I think snakes are so, but the biggest thing is the sensory input it gives to me. That is the biggest thing that I'm thinking of when it comes to, like, I swear to God, I'll have that snake out all the time, which you're not supposed to. But that's the type of thing I want, is that sensory input. That's why I need to figure out sensory wise what is good for me. And it's really hard to do because I am so picky. But that is one thing I need to do is like, okay, I need this weighted thing. Make it 3-4 feet long. Weight it. Put it in the freezer. Cool it down. It's that sensory input that I need. You know, I need a weighted blanket, but I don't like it on my feet. You know, I need something smaller that I can have that pressure, because there's one of my like a lot of times when my seizures start, I feel the tightness in my arm, because my very first seizure was basically like all arm. I ended up like that. And it starts every goddamn time in that arm, in the left arm. I feel that. What helps it? Weight. So I need something like my blankie where I can put that weight on me when I'm sitting around and it helps. So those are two things. I'm going to actually write those down and talk with Andrew and Hannah this coming month about it. I need to do those two things. Hannah just bought her weighted blanket. So it's like at this point, it's really funny because I'm the one that's been like most in need of these things, but they get them first. Andrew needed his really bad, mind you. He needed his really bad, and I made that for his gift for Christmas or birthday or something like that. I forget. I think it was his birthday. But it's like I'm trying to figure, like, I've been trying to work in my head what I need sensory wise, and I know that like I end up rocking a lot. I rock a lot. You know, I just naturally do it. Like if I'm sitting there, I'm moving and rocking and getting that sensory. You know, the sucking is really important. Really, 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 really important. That is one thing that really just, but that weight and that coolness, that's something that I'm drawn to. Anything cool, like cool to the touch. I love. I don't like when I'm playing with slime. When it gets to that hot point, I'm done. It feels weird. I'm done. I have thinking putty somewhere around here. Drives me nuts because it's not the right sensory input. But when it gets warm, it drives me crazy. So I need something I can keep cool, you know, different things like that. And if y'all have any tips, by all means, tell me. But, you know, working on sensory input is a lot of what's going to help me with a lot of different things. Like once that sensory input is able to, you know, be more regulated, then I calm down. The seizures happen less. The PTSD is less of a problem. I calm down. Anyway, I started the process of waking Andrew up, and my voice is shot because I need to get allergies. Allergies are horrible because it rained last night. I woke up just a mess. finally Benadryl's kind of kicking in. I only took 25 milligrams, but it's kind of like kind of kicking in. So I still have a sleeping kitty behind me. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys being supportive and listening. Like, please don't feel like I am in a horrible spot right now. Most of the time during the day, I don't feel these feelings. They are rarely present right now because Hannah is coming home and Kai is in so much need right now. And I also know as soon as Hannah gets home, Anders puppy for who knows how many days. And it's driving me crazy that that's the thing, but it is. And I'll deal with it as I can. But I do need to talk to him before that happens. A little bit like this is going to be damaging to Kai if this happens, and we need to keep that from happening because I don't know that it'll be something I can come back from at this point. Like every time it gets worse and worse and worse, I don't know it's something that he'll come back from. Like there's so much discouragement on my little side right now. I'm not crying, it's my voice. But I really appreciate you guys with your support and everything. Like I don't feel like I'm ready to walk out the door with this relationship thing. Like I'm voicing fears mostly. 80% of the day I don't think about this stuff. Like I'm happy in my relationship. It's when these things do happen, and I'm talking like, a lot of this will happen like the snuggle time thing happens every damn night. But the other stuff doesn't happen every night, but it's just something I'm kind of worried about right now because I know Hannah's going to be in kind of her mode because she's dealing with a shit ton. But I need them to understand that in the process of dealing with all this, they have to understand what their actions are doing to me. And so hopefully I can, maybe I'll play a little bit of this video. I don't know. Hopefully I can kind of voice that to them with clarity and without freaking the fuck out and crying and all this shit. Like hopefully I can do it calmly. But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you so much for your support and listening to me yammer on for 3.5 hours. I do need to get moving because I got to get to Joann's. They do close at 7 today. So I got to get there before closing and get these things purchased and whatnot. I may do a little bit of color matching with some dyes. I don't know. I feel like the dye is not going to produce the right color for that thing. But anyway, thank you all so much. I really appreciate you. I know like Bo, you've been in my chat and Discord and everything. Those of you in there, like seriously, you guys are awesome. And I really appreciate every bit of support and letting me kind of vent to you all. I'm not even sure I'll necessarily keep this one public. We'll see. There's been a lot of swearing and things like it's not going to be advertiser friendly. I mean, typically they aren't, but I don't really care about that. We'll see. I may or may not leave it up. I don't know. But I'm going to go get Andrew's butt out of bed so I can do shit and get out of this house for a little while because I need to. I'm still kind of reeling from the whole snitch thing a little bit. And while there was saying you cared about it and knew I was upset, there wasn't a lot of showing that and supporting yesterday. There was a lot of like, he was anxious and up in bed most of the day and I needed some support. So I kind of like, I need that tonight. I need that support tonight. So I'm going to go get some water because apparently I cannot talk anymore. And I'm going to go do some shit. And I will see you all tomorrow, probably around the same time. But you guys have an awesome evening. Why does I do that every time? I have an awesome evening, and I'll see you all later. Bye, guys. All right.